What's up, everybody? I figured I'd catch up with all of y'all on a post Thanksgiving uh, little late night chat. Don't know if anybody is up or if everybody is asleep and in a food coma from all the good food you guys have eaten over the last couple of days. But I figured I'd check in, and see how everybody is doing. If you are not able to join this live, hopefully you'll catch the replay. And definitely please like, share, and subscribe this good content so we can keep it going and have more and more of these good fireside chats, because tonight this is going to be a fireside chat where we kind of just have some preliminary discussions around Married at First Sight, the second part of the reunion, as well as talk about the most recent episode of Ready to Love. So, for all you night owls, please, hopefully you are joining me. I am away and visiting some family in Charlotte, North Carolina, and having a really good time. And head back to New York tomorrow. So looking forward to get back to home, but had a great time. So figured I'd just catch up with anybody who's awake, depending on where you are in the country. Perhaps this is still, evening, early evening for you. Oh, I see this queen won't quit. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. For being the first one here on this late night live. So please feel free to share any questions you have, any feedback between both of the shows. I might have a special guest joining us in a little bit. My co-captain Jay. We'll chop it up a little bit. Oh, I see Monique King in the house. Monique King, man, if there was the number one YouTube supporter, you would be in top ranking. So I definitely appreciate you, chopping it up with me tonight, along with this Queen Won't Quit, because we got a lot to unpack. I know we've got some still some folks out there that are trying to wrap their minds around what is going on in these reality TV streets, right? Especially we think about Married at First Sight. Um, Boy, we I think we had high expectations for the kind of show that it was, right? And what we thought it would be and how things would end. And I really don't think that it ended by any means the way we expected it to. So, we'll get into that. Let's just throw out some questions out there. I see more people joining us, so I appreciate you guys. For the night owls out there like me, who are up for some good conversation, because I'm definitely up for some good conversation. I see Tiffany out there. Appreciate you, Tiffany, another consummate supporter. Druzy G, another consummate supporter. Hey, what's up, Lala? Did I save you a plate? No, Lala, I didn't. I didn't save you a plate, unfortunately. Oh man, it's my original the salsa, my number one YouTube friend, my original one from way back. We go so far back, the salsa, and I appreciate you all. And I think we just kind of develop a little family. So that's when I was just sitting here thinking, and I said, you know what? Let's just have a little post Thanksgiving for those that celebrate family time. Wow, it is 7:20 in Africa. So you up and ready. Okay. So you ready to go. You energized. This queen won't quit. Hopefully, for those that celebrated, you had some good food. I definitely had some good food. Throw in the chat. What is your favorite? Your favorite meal or your dish to eat around this time of year. Mine is cornbread dressing like that. I could just have that by itself with some cranberry sauce, a piece of turkey, fried turkey preferably, some greens, and I'm good to go. And mac and cheese. I have mac and cheese all throughout the year. So, but those couple of things, that's it. Those are my favorite dishes to have around this time of year. So, if you care to share, please tell me what's your favorite dish. What, if anything, you made today? I'll share with you guys. I did make brunch. I was in charge of brunch. for Friday, so I made chicken and waffles. So that was my brunch specialty, that I made, and everybody seemed to like it. I made some, traditional Belgian waffles, and some fried chicken, just the chicken breast that I cut up. So I try to like chop it up and share with you guys my culinary skills. So please do share with me, and again, I appreciate you all. But if there's what's up, Future? Oh man, Future SLP. Yo, you guys are hanging tough with your boy. I so appreciate you. And look who we got coming through. Look who we got coming through. It's the original chef. All right,
What it do?
what's going on?
What's up? You
What
still on the
is
road, huh?
good?
You
We got
still on the
some
road?
night owls in the house.
What happened?
I said we got some night owls in the house.
Hey everybody. Oh, you really do. Y'all up.
Well, this queen won't quit is in Africa. She said it's 7:20 in the morning.
Oh, we got some early birds then.
Yeah, yeah, we got some early birds. Ooh, collard greens with smoked turkey, Tiffany. Woo!
I take the deep fried turkey. Yes. Yes. You guys had a good day, huh?
Somebody said I'm in one of the many rooms in my mansion. No, the only mansion I have is in my father's house, and that's in heaven.
Where
I am in the Hilton's mansion.
you done moved out your mama's basement to the mansion,
That's
huh?
it. I moved out my mama's basement, and I'm in the Hilton's mansion in Charlotte, North Carolina. Oh gosh.
Hilarious. Hey Tiffany, I was at work all day making cookies. I should post a picture. I got to figure out how to do the channel thing so I could post pictures. So
Yeah, because there's so many little features that StreamYard and YouTube that you can do. And listen, I'm like, if I can get a thumbnail going, I can get a
right,
live going. I'm
I'm
good.
good. I'm gone.
That's it. Pot done. Oh man, all of our faves are here. Thank you, Monique. Yes, yes, yes. We figured we chop it up. Tiffany said, "How's your Thanksgiving?"
Yeah, I told her that's what I was doing. I was cooking, making cookies and stuff. So that's what I was doing, getting ready Christmas cookies because we got to start selling holiday cookies next week. So I'm getting all those things done. Oh yes, this is the busiest time. Child, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna be able to do these videos and all these parties and y'all gonna see me on the live like this one day.
Dozing off, right? You won't even turn your screen off. The disrespect.
I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna think I turned it off and be over there like Jesus.
Oh God, Jay, we were talking. It was me, you, and C where we were talking. That must have been Wednesday night when I first got to when I
Hmm.
first arrived to North Carolina. I don't know what we were talking about, but like 30 minutes later, I hear like a knock on my door. I'm like, that's so. If you guys hear me talking low, I'm kind of talking low because
Oh,
somebody
that's
was
what
knock
the knock
knock
was
knocking on my
about.
door. I'm like,
Oh shoot.
that's what the knock was.
I was wondering, I was like, hey, he in a hotel room? Like,
It was fun.
I am so confused.
Yeah, it was a
Uh,
knock at the door. I don't play, so I slide my hotel across the bar across the thing. So I look out the peephole, and I'm like, "Hello," and he's like, "Are you coming outside?" I'm like, "No."
Are you coming
Come outside for
outside?
what? He was like, "Yeah, like are you coming outside the door?" I'm like, no. What's up? Like, what's
Right.
up? What's going on, bro?" He was
Do I
like,
know
"It's
you?
loud, and I'm trying to sleep." I'm like, "Oh, okay, all right,
Well, if you're
I
trying to
hear
sleep,
you."
you should have stayed in the bed.
Exactly.
What kind of walls is this here? What
So
kind of walls is this?
he was like, well, if you don't keep it quiet, then what did he say? If you don't keep it quiet, then I'm gonna call hotel security. I was like, okay. What are you going to tell them? There's somebody talking. The talking is bothering me. I'm like, all right. He was like, which one is it? It's like, have a good night,
Which
sir.
one is it?
It's like, is
I
this
think he's
multiple choice?
sleepwalking.
I choose none of the above.
I'm about to choose violence. Keep on, sir.
I choose for you to have a good night.
Right. I choose for you to get ready for my door. Thank you.
Exactly. Good night. Good night and God bless.
Sir, are you sleepwalking, sir? Please wake up. A full
What's
mess,
up, Candace? You know we're not wrapped up tight around here, so we gotta, grace you guys with a couple silly stories. But that was my my pre-Thanksgiving moment.
I know it was funny because on Thanksgiving, me and my coworker, we was having this whole chat, and he just goes, "All we need now is somebody just to bust out in a fight, and it'll be a real Thanksgiving event." So as soon as I get to my dad's house, some stuff going down on the street. I'm like, "Oh my God!" My sister like, "All I see is a lady chasing a man like this."
What? Thanksgiving is supposed to be a time of peace.
It wasn't peace on that block. Somebody going down the street, bam, 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 bam. She said that she parked the car sideways and she went down the alley following the man. I said, "Oh Lord."
Brings out the worst in folk, huh?
Man, I was like, "Oh, too much partying." It's just the way that
she couldn't let him cheat in peace.
The man.
She couldn't let him cheat in peace.
At all. The way she was following my sister said, she was like, "Why did you gotta walk like that?"
Thanks for stopping by, Tasia. Yes, I am a quintessential night owl. Absolutely. I have no sense. I am a night owl. You are right. Yeah, this won't be a long one though, guys. We're just gonna have a little chop it up session. What's up, Misha? Thank you for joining us. I think you guys had a live. You, Crystal, Kia, had a live earlier. So thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, they Friday Night Live.
Somebody said the cookies you made kept them up at night. Really?
Kept who up at night?
The Windy City native.
I know. I'm trying to say who they kept up at night. The cookies, they Christmas cookies. They ain't even gone on sale yet.
Wasn't those leaf cookies that you made?
Oh, the leaf cookies. Oh, the last of the fall cookies. Yeah. I don't think I posted them on here for anybody to see yet.
I guess they must have found you on
Instagram. On Instagram, yeah, that's true.
The Windy City native. Oh wow.
Chi-Town.
That's a Chicagoan.
Pay you country boys nothing.
Who's that? That must be Seaways. Seaways alias. So Jay, OMG, between the MAFS reunion part 2 and Ready to Love.
It's been an eventful holiday. Event.
This has been an eventful week. So I don't know. Like I've been in between, doing stuff with family and everything. I watched a couple of videos and everything. I don't know if maybe I missed it. But it seems like some people are feeling like folks are vindicated. Oh, good night to see you.
Tasia. No, Tasia, she said you're gonna get it right.
Tasia. Oh, I'm so sorry. She said one day I'm gonna get, like, we done spoke before, Tasia. Like we had a whole conversation.
And I feel like everybody be saying to see it to her every time I see her.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Tasia. Sorry. You just got one time to tell me.
Don't worry, I'm gonna probably still get it wrong.
I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping in. I'm sorry I done jacked your name up. I won't do it anymore.
It's the C on the show fault.
She done told me off.
And on that note, I'm going to bed.
Exactly. But before I go, I'm gonna leave you with something.
Right.
And that's on that. You're gonna get my name right. I appreciate that. I love it. We're like a family, and I love that about us. Like everybody in the comments. We all get to know each other, and we have this familial bond. So to see it, definitely please check me. I always want to pronounce people's names correctly. So thank you for the breakdown. I will call you Tasia going forward.
Say it again. Say it again.
Tasia.
No.
Oh, Tasia. Jesus. I can't. I'm sorry, Tasia. I'm sorry. Tasia. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to keep saying it. Tasia. You for real leaving now. Okay. Tasia, have a good night.
We're going to have him write it down like standards. I will say
it, right? I'm having a little post-it notes everywhere like Jose had and posted all over the place. Remember to say Tasia's name the right way. Tasia. Oh God, I am a little slow sometimes though, because sometimes we'll be in the group chat and I'm like, wait a minute, slow down. What happened?
You've been here the whole time.
Okay, let me say it slow for you, Sean. Matter of fact, I'll just call you.
Right, you've been here the whole time. What did you miss?
I'm slow, guys. I'm the slow person in the chat. Like the group, if you got a group chat, you probably, if the group chat gets to too many messages, you're going to just have to pick up the phone and call me because I'm going to be lost. I'm going to start asking too many questions. It's going to be, you always have that one friend that's like, what? Now, wait a minute. What did you mean? Did I say something wrong?
Not talking to you, Sean. Yeah.
I was not talking to you. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought it was our group chat, but forgive me. I'll go mind my business. Summon me when you need me.
Then don't show up when you call.
I'm that friend. I'm either going to respond and be off, or I'm just not going to respond to it.
A mess.
Tiffany said, did we see the Where Are They Now?
I didn't watch that part. You did? Where are they now?
Well, clearly, Bao and Zach are dating.
Oh.
Yeah. Mirla has the dog of her own. She adopted a puppy. Brett is
wait, no. We're not about to go over that part right there because there were so many out there saying she don't like animals and she would never have and this and that. And she got a whole dog.
She did. She tried to correct herself. She was like, well, I said what I meant was I don't like big dogs. I like little dogs. Oh boy.
You like dogs. You like dags. A dag's a dag and you like a dags. It's okay.
You don't like the truth. That's what you don't like, Mila. How about that?
No.
Oh, you know what? That is so true. As I do watch Ready to Love, and that is true.
That's why I said since she was on the show, that's why everybody, because even when I read her name, I always said Tasia in my head. So
yeah, thank you. That's family. They were helping me out because that is so true. But Tasia and Tasia are two different people.
Yes, they are.
Tasia is one of my subscribers. That's right.
And Tasia is just somebody we're about to start talking about.
Yep. DeSalsa, thank you. Thank you. That is the biggest disappointment, right?
You're breaking in and out.
Because how could anybody, and I know it's not every woman, I am.
Sean, you in the matrix. Yeah, you keep going in and out just a little bit.
Hold on. Is that better? Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you're glitching. So yeah, it's definitely your Wi-Fi.
Hold on. Let me try to fix this.
The biggest disappointment for me is that all these women still protecting soulless Mirla and her bonehead boyfriend, Johnny. Linda, child. Me and Sean was just having a whole talk about this or whatnot. And, I'll give you guys my honesty and my truth. And I know a lot of people might not like it, but to me, when I see people doing that, it shows what's inside of them, not really what's inside of Marilyn. Marilyn did what she did, and she's not apologizing for it. She don't owe nobody an apology. But for everybody that keeps taking it up and not saying that she was lying and showed no empathy of it all, she has the right to change her mind. She has a right to say, I don't want to date nobody and stuff like that. But if she gonna lie about it and stay in her line, that's where I find the problem. And then on top of it, you have no empathy or compassion for the man as he is sitting there. So you can't, clearly you didn't love him. Clearly you didn't love him or whatnot. But to say at one point you were starting to form some love for him, you have some empathy for him feeling the way he did on that set, and you didn't. And you can't prove to me any other way, just like I can't prove to anybody else any other way on their stance. So that's where I'm going to leave it.
Is this better, Jay, or am I still choppy?
Yeah. No, you sound good now.
Okay. So what's up? I see people filling into the comments. So wow, I appreciate all of you.
Hey, Sharon. You got my auntie name. That's my auntie in Vegas name, Sharon.
Oh, F, this one here?
Nah, yeah, that's not her though, but that's her name, Sharon.
Uh-oh, we got the one and only Linlin in the house. Uh-oh. Linlin is
trouble.
Our assassin.
Linlin said, I said what I said, and I ain't changing it.
I'm not changing it.
Coco, you really think that? I don't think she loves Gil. I don't think she even liked Gil. You have some type of
she was mean to her friends, mean to everybody. Let's hope she's nice to the dog. Maybe the dog will give her we'll see a softer side of Mila.
Coco, let me know why you think that, because maybe it's something that we miss or whatnot. You might see something. I'm not saying it's wrong.
What did Coco say? Where is it at?
She said that she says she thinks Mirla likes Gil. Loves Gil, excuse me.
What?
Ooh, that is right. That's why I just wait. I see, because I'm on a page with the Wendy Cindy native. Like when the show ended, so did her feelings. Like that's where I'm on the page with, or so did her try to feel.
You really think she loved him? So what happened? Monique says she thinks the same thing.
No, if you love somebody, financial differences is not going to make you fall out of it 2 weeks later. It will go. You will just really go through a lot of financial up and downs before you actually checked out of that. If you love somebody, I'm sorry.
That's right. If that's love, I don't want it.
Right, exactly. Because Jesus.
She says she saw tears in her eyes. Was it tears of hate? Because I didn't see any tears.
Tears of hate.
Tears of hate. Tears of rage. She wanted him to just shut up. Stop crying. Move on.
Imagine tears.
Isn't that a song? Get out of here.
I think it's like when people gag, she like, I cry because you cry.
Exactly. She's like, you crying, I'm crying. But just stop. Just stop, please. I can't take this. You go, my tear ducts don't really work that well.
Right. Oh my goodness.
So this queen won't quit. Oh boy, y'all gonna drag this narrative out. Okay, she says she thinks the sex was bad. I'm sorry, but I think it's that basic. The way she tried to brush the comment aside when Gil said we finally consummated the marriage. Yeah, I think she just didn't want to talk about it. But maybe it was. But that's enough to... Hmm?
I was just saying, I think so too.
Oh, why are you whispering? I'm like, what? I'm getting close. Like, huh? What?
I don't want Gil to hear me. I know he's still healing, but yeah, I think that's where it was.
Damn.
Yeah.
Bad,
Oh, but Gil said it was mid too.
bad sex will get you a divorce out here in these streets. Damn.
Bad sex after you've been talking crazy. Oh no, sir. And your
Kick right
finances ain't
out. Bye. Jeez.
right. Get it together, sir.
I had to change your heart. Oh, what the funk? What's up, brother? My German brother. He said it was tears of frustration. Now that I can buy. The tears of love, no, it was tears of frustration. Like, oh man, I got to hear this again.
You still on that? Really? Really?
Yeah, it's like here we go again. So Monique says the finances are the number one cause of divorce. I think Mirla just got out sooner than later. I get that. I get it. But why say yes? I guess this is the part that I need to process because, everybody has a right to feel how they feel, move how they want to move, especially in this maths process. But why I say yes at decision day? Because at decision day, they had sex already, right?
Yeah. They done did it already. And then you stayed 2 weeks after. So that's what I'm saying. You have that option. That's what this decision day is for. So you can opt out of it. And she flat out said that at decision day that you mismatch me, and told them that they are wrong, but then turned around and said yes. So that made absolutely no sense. So you guys got to give me a little bit better excuse than that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm open to it.
How about the excuse is she lied for the check? She lied for the money. I accept that. Just say she
That's
lied.
unfair.
You lied.
I keep thinking of songs. I can't get the songs out of my
I
head.
got a song. I was about to start saying you lie, you're a cheater, deceiver.
That's the one I was saying. MFM says, glassy eyes from them libations. Yeah, Miller can definitely toss a few back. She can toss a few back.
Yeah, and I see where Monique keeps saying that she complained too many times about how he spent her money, but you still said yes. So you guys got to still, other than she was lying for the money. Because that was your moment out. I don't see why I go past it if there's not a bonus for saying yes.
So she always speaks well of him, and she looks at him when he spoke, especially on part one of the reunion. I think she's an actress, though.
She always spoke well through the whole show of him and stuff, but then at the same time, while looking at him, said he is not attractive. I'm not attracted to him. Like, ran down her list. So she's just a straightforward, honest person. Well, I ain't gonna say honest. That's a little bit much. That might be a reach. She's a straightforward person in her stance.
Yeah. Brittany, OMG. Not greasy head Mirla and balding Jack. Wow.
Okay.
Woo. You ain't playing. I hear you. I didn't say it. Brittany did. Wasn't me. Another song. Oh man. Well, Candace says, well, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, exactly. Monique, when you get them contracts looked up, let me know, because I don't know. Something's not adding up to it. If you don't get no bonus, then why say, yeah, you don't feel the way about the man you knew you didn't feel that way. You said never, even though you said you was kind of falling for him. I'm so confused. Ain't that double talk? Like, She ain't the only one on the show. I mean, Zach ain't the only one on the show double talking everything, huh? Okay, well. You on mute?
Oops, my bad. I don't think we'll ever find out the real truth. Yeah, this chat crew, they didn't come to play tonight. Everybody is well fed,
well awake,
wide awake, and
they
full of
slept all
opinion.
morning. They
Just
slept
the
all
way we
the
like it. Brittany, whoa.
Okay, you know what? I gotta check out on Brittany real quick. She gonna get us. I can't be seen. Now I'll read it. I'll read it from here.
I need to hide too, Jay.
Run, Sean, run.
I'm out.
Wait.
I'm closing up my own live. Brittany.
Don't say my real name. Use my alias.
That is hilarious. I love it. Hey, look. This is what I thought, and it's not I told you so, but it's like I just had a weird feeling. And I remember we were on Little Black Book's channel, and I remember it got down to, the meeting with the experts, and she showed up drunk, right? So I'm like, something ain't right about that. I was like, why would somebody show up drunk to such an important meeting? And I went in. It was like, oh, you judging her, Sean? You're judging her? How do you know she's drunk? I mean, because she's stumbling and fumbling. She's laughing and giddy, and that's normally not how Mirla acts. It's pretty, I've been around a couple of years, or two. I think I know what drunk looks like. And I love that they called her out on it. And, the experts, especially Dr. Pepper, said that they knew that was something. And for me, it was a signal. And I thought, all along they had, too good communication. Like there was nothing to really, that other than him complaining about her finances and, complaining about how moody she was and like how she complained, they never really had arguments. So for me, that just kind of always signaled like, are we really telling the truth? Because how do you throw two complete strangers in the same space and they don't argue about nothing? You know what I mean? Jay,
Mm-hmm.
we've never even been in the same room, and we've been on a panel for 6 hours and done got to argue it.
That was some stupid stuff.
We argued a week ago.
Was it a week ago? It has been that long already?
It felt like yesterday, right?
We need to have one night. We do.
Remind ourselves, right?
Right.
But all seriousness, like how could these people have no arguments? Like that's just it's not normal. Now you shouldn't be having, knockdown dragouts, cussing each other out, but you're gonna disagree about some things when you are getting to know each other and living in the same space. So I don't know. I never bought it from the end, but I just think the way she went about it was, it just seemed like, it just seemed hateful to me.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed like, why you have to go out of your way to destroy the brother,
Here's the thing too, like I want to say it like this because I see that her legal representations is in the chat right now. So I don't want to get sued up in this or nothing like that. But nobody has stopped and took the time to ask, does Gil act like this with his friends? Did he talk about people with his friends? Sometimes when people are in an awkward position, they're socially awkward, they make fun and light of stuff. Now, I'm not talking about the finances because that was just a whole different thing. But some people in your friend circle, you have a friend circle and you have that one friend that is always just ready to call somebody on their stuff or whatnot. And sometimes they think it's funny. They think the straightforwardness is comedy and stuff.
Right.
And it is a part of their insecurity. Yes. But you guys never thought that maybe that is just the way he is all around with everybody that he's around at one time? Like, no, because you guys are just acting like Mirla is just this perfect being and she has done no wrong. And clearly, there's evidence of her literally lying on camera. But I mean, if you guys like liars, that's fine with me, to each his own.
Yeah, and listen, tonight the Coco Brown experience. It's not about. It's not necessarily about smoke. It's just more about. It's a genuine curiosity about how things played out because I just feel like it was a sudden. It just was out of the blue the way things were progressing. So that's where I'm questioning how she arrived at this decision and the timing of how it is. And yeah, we all have a choice and an ability to do whatever we want to do. But I'm just questioning when she did it. Like in my mind, this conversation would have been better for decision day, right? So even if you didn't want to say all of this stuff along the way, by the time you got to decision day, you would be like, you know what? I don't see a future here. And I had time to think about some of the things that transpired and I don't want to be with you. So that's the part that I'm kind of curious about. Another theory I had is maybe just maybe after decision day she didn't get like they hadn't really been watching the show. So maybe she got a chance to watch some of the show and then she saw some of the feedback that people were giving about how Gil was talking to her. And she's somebody that cares a lot about her reputation, a lot about what people think about her. And she was like, yeah, no, it's a no for me. You know? I don't know.
My biggest my biggest question would be to everybody, if the roles were reversed and Gil did Mirla like Miller did Gil and basically just called it off after saying yes. In all honesty, would you still have smoke for Gil if he was Merla? Like if the shoes was on the other side and it was a man who did this exact same thing to a woman who just basically was going at him the whole time. You guys seen it. And he says yes on decision day. And then 2 weeks later, it's like, nope, never liked him, never liked her, don't care about her, whatever. Would you not have the same smoke for that man? Or are you guys going to say, no, he has his right to change his mind? That's what I just want to know. If you guys could tell me honestly that you would sit there and say he is okay with changing his mind and you would not have any smoke for him, then I'll leave y'all be on y'all stance.
Yeah, no, listen, I think I don't I wouldn't call her a villain. You know, I don't know that I would say villain. And I think, obviously it's something that's being heavily debated and talked about amongst the YouTube and social media streets, right? Listen, we all make mistakes. We all make moves that are in some instances not the best, and other people could look at them and think about why would that person do that, right? Or why would Sean do that, right? I can get that part, but I'm just trying to process it all because for me, I look at consistency, right? I look at how the person has shown themselves to me, especially this is a show that it's like 18 episodes, right? And so you get to see a little bit of the person's, we know it's edited, we get that, but you get to see the person's personality. You get to see statements that they make, right? I wasn't confused that Rachel and Jose broke up because I could see the inconsistency there. I could see that Jose had some control issues. I could see that he was easy to anger, right? That for me was why I said they shouldn't be together. I think he's got a lot of stuff to work out. And I think that that's problematic. So I wouldn't be shocked if they 2 weeks that where they are today is not a big shock to me. How they were in love, and then she said she's out of love. That I pointed that out early on, and I felt like, how do you throw this love word around so easily? So I just think Mirla's the thing that Mirla um, has me questioning is the timing of how she did it, and then I don't see any empathy from her to Gil. Like even when he left the stage after he was either embarrassed or he had had enough of the whole back and forth with Johnny and Mirla, like she didn't even seem affected by it. Rachel had to be the one to be like, tell Johnny to be quiet. So, I don't know.
Lin, I got one question. Do you think? I know Coco thinks that she's being vilified by the edit by this, but do you think, Lin, that she's being vilified by the editing? Because it would be editing's fault of why she's being vilified by us or whatnot. Because that's up to editing what they show us. So, do you, Lin, think that she's being vilified by editing? Okay, so with that comment right there, you just said you don't believe what half of I was waiting for you to say that because you just said to Tiffany that you don't believe, you don't buy editing, but you would buy that she's being vilified. Thank you. Thank you. So you just want to believe what you want to believe, and I knew you was going to say yes. Thank you, Lin. I appreciate you. My setup be real. I got to watch me. Oh, man. I knew you was going to do it because you just told Tiffany you don't buy editing, but you buy it for her being a villain. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Wealth Health. Thanks for stopping in.
I asked him a straightforward yes or no question. If it was a man, and the only people that gave me a straight answer, and didn't deflect was Tiffany, and I think Future gave me a straight answer on if it was a straight man. I mean, if it was a man and the other thing. Coco and Lily, I still haven't seen y'all answer. Oh no, babe. I got you, babe. I know what you said, babe.
Jay, you love the comments. Jay is the comment ministry chaplain. I don't even see the comments where you are. I'm like trying to go like 15 minutes later, 5 minutes later, I'm still at 12:45.
You might have a delay on your side. Mm-mm.
No, I'm just because there's so many comments. Like I'm trying to through them, but you already down at current times.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't understand. Like, does anybody like Lin? Do you feel bad for Gil? Do you feel bad for him at all? Like how things like if that were you, would how would you feel if somebody pretty much told you all along this process that they were happy with you? Meanwhile, you're falling in love with the person. You're doing all these acts of kindness. You're trying to, do things to, work with them. You move out of your place. You sell all of your furniture. I know everybody says it's either IKEA furniture or pieced together stuff that you got from Walmart.
Ain't nobody buying that, so.
Ain't worth nothing no way.
Ain't nobody buying that.
Needed to get rid of that crap. Listen, at this point, I'm just curious. This is what you see from me across from my channel to the universe. It's pure curiosity. I promise you, I have no more arguments left about maths. I'm telling you, I'm dead serious. I just want to laugh and try to understand a little bit, but I can't be angry. Eunice, no. I don't think she was telling the truth. I don't. And I think that there's people in the world like this too, because Miller's not the only one. There's people that just are conflict avoidant, and they just like Zach is a conflict avoidant person, but he has a chaotic response to conflict. Mirla is calculated. So she's conflict avoidant, but the way she handles it, she doesn't, she's very calculated, she's smooth, she's smart, but she's not getting into it. She doesn't want to have, because a couple of things that told me that there's some issues there is when she was like, I'm not changing this, I'm not doing that. When somebody like that's a wall, right? And that is an objection to hearing another opinion about something in your life. And how do you coexist in a relationship where you have all these things that you're not going to do? So people that walk with that attitude, a lot of times they don't want their mind to be changed. So they don't want to hear it. And she's smart enough to know that Dr. Pepper and any of the other experts, if she started hurling her true feelings, they would try to give her ways to overcome those objections or say, hey, did you think about this? She don't want to hear that. She's like, this is what I'm doing. Don't change my mind. So yeah, I'm showing up drunk because I'm going to be giddy. I'm a fun time when I drink a little bit. I want to be giddy. I want to be lighthearted. I don't want to dig in too deep. And I'm just going to talk surface little crap. And that's it. So that's what I think. And again, she's a human being. So at the end of the day, I'm not saying I'm better than her. I'm not saying she's the worst person in the world, but I'm examining her actions on this show and trying to understand and come to a conclusion as to how she handled a situation like this. Because for me, it's like, how do you do that? Like, how, just out of the sheer respect for somebody, like I just wonder how she could do that, right? So that's where I am with it. But what is anybody saying? Did Lynn say that she would
She did.
Wealth
She said
Health
she
is
has
another
some,
one.
she said she has some compassion for him, but she said she just don't feel like Mel is a villain or whatnot, and that's editing on making her a villain. That's not that but out of her mouth, what they can only edit what you give them, and out of her mouth, she has conflicting stories. And then the timing of it all makes it look bad. So it's like, no, she doesn't have it's not wrong for her to change her mind and make the decision whenever she made her decision. But how it plays out on the camera, how she acts towards it or whatnot, because you're over here playing and touching up on Johnny on camera while your soon to be, or I guess by then divorced husband is in the back pissed off. Something ain't right there. And I don't know. I don't know if you ladies would feel the same way if you were pissed off and you went to the back and your man is out there touching up on other lady on the cast arm. How y'all would really feel about it. But
so listen, the idea tonight, because this is a post Thanksgiving chat up, whatever it is. I don't know what a chat up is. I don't know. I just made that up. But, this is a post-Thanksgiving conversation. I don't want to fight with anybody. I'm not making Mirla the villain. I don't think that's what Jay is saying. I don't want to speak for Jay, but I don't hear that. I hear us trying to understand what happened. You know what I mean? Like, just and having unfiltered dialogue. I mean, we're laughing, we're kind of joking about some things, but I'm just curious. Like, that's all. And I see Lynn's comment, right? You do feel sympathy for him. Okay, so let's start there. That's great, because at least we can see another fellow person and be like, you know what? This dude is in pain. Because there was a lot of people saying, oh, I don't think he was really crying. I think he wasn't really upset. What? No way. Come on. They did, Jay, I don't know if you saw, but they did Where Are They Now? This brother met with his therapist in the park. Homeboy still had his ring on. And the therapist had to talk him through it. Like, why are you still wearing that? And he was like, because I'm just not giving up on my wife. And this is a symbol of that. And the commitment that I made. And she says, well, is that a two-way commitment? and he was like, eventually, and I'm speeding it up, but he ultimately wound up having to take the ring off, but he's still walking around with this ring on. And if any of us know who've watched the show, right, very regularly, everybody says Gil is just, he talks too much. But we don't ever hear anybody calling that man a liar. He's not one of the cast members that we've heard call a liar. I don't think he would just get up here and lie about that, and lie about the pain that he's going through. So I do. And listen, everybody has a right to do what they want to do, 100%. Right? Everybody has a right to do what they want to do.
And Lin, don't think I don't respect your perspective. I'm just trying to get an understanding of how you got to that. If you know me, and Shauna let y'all know, like, when your logic is not my logic, I like to know how you got to your logic. That's all. I need to know the roads, the back streets, the avenues, the turn by turn play. So, because I really do be trying to understand, if you're seeing something that I'm not seeing or hearing or, going by, like, I just really be trying to understand it, because from what I see, and it's not me making her a villain, or and like I told Sean earlier, I have a problem with lies. That's something that I have to deal with. So for me, she's a problem because of the lies. The rest of it, not a problem or whatever. It's the lies for me. So that's where my stance is. And so for you guys, I'm just trying to understand, would you keep the same thing if the tables were turned on the other side? If it was a man in that position that did these things, would it be the same energy? Because for me, it would be the same energy if the man lied or a woman lied. That's how I look at it. I'm going to keep that same energy. So if you guys keep that same energy based off of whatever it is that you see, then I can rock with you. Like, that's where I'm at. I don't get the first part of it. When I heartbreak, it don't break even. That's a song. I got that. Yeah, it don't break even. But some people saying that his tears ain't real. So
yeah, no, I don't think that it necessarily makes her a bad person. I just think she made a bad choice in the way she chose to break up with him. That's what I think. I don't think she's a bad person. I don't know her to say, oh, she's a bad person. I can look at her actions and call her actions wrong, or in my opinion, not, good, but I think she made a bad choice in timing. Like, the timing of it all just seemed very cold and calculated. Again, that's just my opinion. And I don't understand. Still don't understand why she chose to do it in the time frame. What's up? Thank you. That it looks like Poppy 77
Poppy.
on. Yes. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you. Please keep coming back. Like, share, subscribe, so we can keep more of this. Well, oh no, don't be fueling Lin. She doesn't need any fuel underneath her wings. Please, she can fly a plane all by herself. That Lin. No.
It's the
She don't need
respect,
you.
because she don't waver at all. No turbulence hit her plane or nothing. She go through clouds with no problem.
We have nothing but respect for her, because you have an opinion. That's how you feel, and you stand firm on it, and can't do anything but respect that. Now, Pastor Cal, he can take his red socks and his glasses and he can go sit down outside of the math studio, because I'm about tired of him. She was afraid. Afraid of what?
No, a commitment. That's what it was. It was afraid. She was afraid.
Afraid of what commitment? She wasn't afraid. She didn't
might
want
be,
him.
though. She might be a commitment phobe. She might be a commitment phobe, because I don't see how you're telling somebody that they're such a wonderful person, that they are everything that you wanted, and you can ask for more, and then you're like, nope, don't want it. I don't know. But then it'd be an odd thing to be up on this show and have commitment issues like that too. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it. It just doesn't make sense. So let's move on. Now, wealth, health. Wealth, health. I think we need to have a one-on-one session, because I want to understand
Not you
you.
being a therapist.
No, 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 no. I am not just one. I play one on YouTube, but I'm not one in real life.
Not the acting.
What? I need you to help me. Let's unpack this. These men are ruthless. Some will break your spirit and move on quickly. Wow. Wealth health. I don't even know what to say. Like, do you think all men are like that? Does Gil remind you of somebody that looks like he would break your heart? Um, is that a general sentiment? Like, if my heart got broken, there would be no sympathy for me? Like, where do we fall? Is this a blanket statement, or is this just like you feel like men like Gil? Or are you just being tough to be tough and you don't really mean that? It's one of the three. Because I know you don't really think that. Jeez. So I think these are why conversations like these are really good, right? Because we get to kind of chop it up with each other. We can kind of see what's the general sentiment of relations between men and women, right? Like why would somebody really feel that way? And what do we do to repair that? So, oh no, so I hear a couple of people. All right, I hear a couple of people. So even Monique King says, Pastor Cal for sure. She was afraid, but Gil didn't help with his constant nagging. Yeah, I could hear that. Yeah, no, I get that part. So maybe there is a part of her, like you were saying, and even Pastor Cal and Monique, is that she didn't want to give herself over, because there is a part of yourself, like when you fall in love with somebody, and especially in a marriage, you do give aspects of yourself over to them. So maybe she just wasn't ready for that. What do you think? Do you think that's true, Jay? That you give yourself, there's a part of you that gives yourself over to somebody, and especially a serious relationship or marriage?
Uh, have I had that scenario happen before with somebody that I wasn't sure about? Yeah, I've been there before or whatnot. But the thing is, I end up, I won't say I lied to myself in the process. I just end up making excuses to stay in the situation. Like I'll make a test out of it, like a personal test for myself to see. Like I'll say from one relationship that I just knew it wasn't going to go the distance, but I was just seeing if I can be in a committed relationship without having an attachment because I had just got out of the relationship with my daughter's father. And so for me in my head, my reason for being in that relationship as long as I did is because I had my daughter. And so I was just like, okay, this next relationship, I'm going to just see if I can just stay in it, be faithful,
Mm-hmm.
and, just how long I can actually be in a relationship with somebody without an actual attachment for it. And I guess I still made an attachment because I made an excuse for it to be up in it. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know
So
what you
Coco
said while I
Brown.
was on though, but you got Coco set off on some stuff because I was reading some other comments. I was like, wait, what I miss?
What happened? I'm just asking
What about
questions. Oh, so you want
cookies?
me to you want me to answer you want me to answer open-ended questions? Okay, you want me to ask open-ended questions. Don't ask um yes or no, because those lead people one way or another. All right, I hear that. So how about we do
It
this?
doesn't this it doesn't this is not a complicated truth. I'm confused. What was this too? What did
That
I
was
miss?
probably because this was maybe like 10 minutes ago. So there was somewhere, like all along
To
as we've been
dovetail?
talking, I've been
Mm-hmm.
asking like, what do you guys think? Or do you think she's being selfish? And that is implying there's an element of selfishness there. And if you say yes, then you're agreeing with me. If you say no, then it takes more effort
You
to
said it was at
disagree.
me. Earlier question. Oh, because of the question about do you guys think it was a man or a one on the other? I mean, a man on the other side or whatnot. I don't know why that's just not a. Yes, it's a leading question, but it leads to the complicated truth as you point to it. If it gets there, you got a yes, then it's like a yes, and it goes down that whole scenario of how did we get to the yes.
Lord, Coco, not all caps.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She hit me with
Mm-hmm.
all caps. But
No, that was me. That was me. I seen when it came up. It was towards me.
Not all caps. Lord have mercy.
I told you I shut down when you yell at me.
Oh, we know how you handle conflict.
I'm not conflict avoided at all. But I do shut down. No,
And you look
no.
at
That was towards me what I was saying. We not villain, making her look like a villain. I was like, that's edited. I can't do anything about what they put on there and stuff. Yep, I'm a fire sign too, Coco. What are you?
yes, tell us, what is your sign? Not that I'm into astrology and stuff, but
I
I'm
know,
curious now.
but I'm a
All
fire
right,
sign. We
so
both Leos.
here goes wealth health. All right, so if it was a real life situation, you would absolutely have sympathy for Gil and you would feel bad. Okay, all right. But it's reality TV. Okay, all right. I can hear that. Can respect that.
Oh, okay. I see what Coco is. That's why we gonna be clashing because she the same as my man, so it's all good. It's gonna be a love. It's gonna be a battle of the wits between me and her.
So listen,
Oh
I
Lord.
dropped the link. Anybody that has an opinion of any kind, agreeing or otherwise, feel free. Feel free to come on up and share. We can talk in this post Thanksgiving fireside chat.
Man, let's move on to something more lighter because Bath just get everybody all riled up and
Gets
stuff. We supposed
everybody
to be
all
loving it,
riled up.
get everybody all fired up and stuff.
Oh well, listen. Coco says she believes his tears.
Yeah,
Let's
she
take
did say
it.
that. Mm-hmm. She said she believed it or whatever. Or whatever.
Marquez says she is the first female player of the show.
Representing.
That's
That's why the ladies is
line
going so
up.
hard. Look, that's why the ladies going so hard. They like, yes, we got one, ladies.
Finally.
We ain't letting this go. We ain't letting her go. No, no.
Well, Coco, I said the best way that I thought that she could break up with him would be to do it on decision day. Do it on decision day. That's it. Just, yeah. Evoking emotions with E. Johnny definitely didn't help. He was adding way too much sauce on it. He had too much little comments to say. He, insinuated that, oh, he and Mirla could be matched. Like all of that stuff was extra.
Yeah, he was doing too much. Johnny would have got drop kicked.
Oh, I like this, the Coco Brown. All right, now you cooking with gas now.
Yeah, that's going back to that scare comment or afraid comment.
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, men, we do it too. I think it's as humans. Like sometimes we self-sabotage because we get scared. We get scared of what the reality. So that's what I was trying to get out of it. It's like, let's kind of toss around some ideas of what could be her decision.
Here comes
We got
another one.
Poppy 770. Butterfly. All right. So we're gonna add you to the stream.
I just got another thing too.
Sure.
Maybe because you know how we like to say Zach has his perfect idea of marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Mary has her perfect idea, and she just granted she was like, okay, maybe I can work through it and stuff. But after the 2 weeks, it was just like, girl, are you really gonna last a real lifetime with this person? Now here I go with the maybes and the speculations and all I thinks and the probablys. I don't know. But I'm just throwing out another thought,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, we really sit there and think about something and be like, oh no, I really can't do this. I really can't.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Oh,
What's up, Poppy? 770N.
I am going to move anonymously because my theory is I have so much issues in my own life. Who am I to actually show my real face while I mess with other people's lives?
Sure, no worries. We got you.
so
What should I
we
call
doing.
you? Should I call you Butterfly? Is that better?
Yes, it's actually papillon, which is butterfly in French, but you could just call me Butterfly.
Oh shucks. All right, I'll take it. I'll go with Butterfly, so I'll stay safe. Not like Tasia. I jacked her name up earlier. So go ahead. Tell us what you think. Tell
Yes,
us what
sir.
you think,
So
Butterfly.
I'm coming in from Atlanta, and I just wanted to make this statement. I truly believe Mirla and Johnny have something very similar where they prefer the good life over a deep reflection and contemplation about their lives. They're not against it. They're not against growth, but they truly prefer the good life. And they were both in relationships. If you notice, they didn't like how the other person brought stuff out of them. And sometimes you have to accept that that's part of life in community. It's the beauty of community, though it may hurt and it may be challenging, but iron sharpens iron. And if you notice, Mirla said, I noticed that he was moping around and he just didn't like being around me. She doesn't want to be the person she doesn't want to face the fact that she can influence another person's life and emotion. You've got to deal with that. The same thing with Johnny. Man, every time I'm around Bao, I just don't like myself. I don't. And instead of facing that, they point it and project it to the other person. I've experienced that in my own life because I tend to isolate. I'm very introverted. But once I start to get around people, shit comes out the woodworks left and right. And I had to accept that it was me. It was the stuff that I didn't deal with because I didn't have anything to incite that exposure. And I think that's the issue they had. And that's why she jumped ship fast, because she just is not comfortable with that. All her friends were lying to her. None of her friends have ever told her about herself. So that's my theory, and it helps me to also come to terms with why they even get along, because that was the strangest thing, how Johnny and Mirly just got along, and I had to like really dig deep, and that's my explanation.
Got you. No, I hear that, and I think that that is definitely something that could be one of the reasons why she did what she did, and why her and Johnny are so close. Because sometimes misery loves company, sometimes great minds think alike.
And we could even go beyond misery. Denial loves denial, and they both love to just be in this bubble. And I mean, even at the reunion, it was so painful to see her. Oh, just like, to her, it was just like nothing. It was like, oh, we all went to Cancun. I mean, at least allow yourself in this moment to face the seriousness of it all. Just like Gil said at the Where Are They Now? He was like, oh no, he didn't say that at the Where Are They Now? I think he said it at Where Are They Now? And also when he was backstage with Michaela. He's like, everybody else is just like, oh, whatever, I'll just get married again. It's just whatever. It's just a show. And I'm not about that. Like, I took this decision seriously. So yeah, it's just, and like you said, Jay, it's just very disappointing to see the people that still back up Mirla. It's just weird. I almost feel like I'm being gaslighted. Like, what? Did I miss something?
I feel like I missed a whole lot. you know, so I'm right there with you, Butterfly. A whole lot. MFM. Be easy. Please. Be easy.
Please. We don't have a moderator.
Yeah, I don't have any yet. But yeah, no, I appreciate you, Butterfly. Any other comments you want to share
Nope,
about
I
Married at First
appreciate
Sight?
y'all. I'm gonna leave you guys back the platform. See ya.
Uh, Thanks so much, Butterfly. I appreciate you. Feel free to
Yeah.
come on anytime, and thank you for subscribing and for sharing too.
That was an awesome look at it. I mean, and for the people in there, it didn't make her a villain. That wasn't a villainized, reason or whatnot. It was just along the lines of the last one I thought of just now. Like maybe she has her perfect scenario of how she wants her things to be and how her life to be. And, when she's just really sits down on it and she's like, yeah, nope, he's not going to work on it. It's not going to work for it.
I totally agree. And Wealth Health, it's okay to be nosy. Yes, I'm in the hotel. I told everyone at the top of the live, I'm in the Hilton. But no, I'm not staying at my family's house because my aunt and uncle that hosted Thanksgiving, there's about 10 or 15 of us from, between coming from New York and other parts. So they could not host everyone at their home. So I'm at the Hilton, and sometimes I'm funny anyway. I like the comfort of a hotel. I like to be able to get up and move when I want to move. I'm a night owl, so if I decide I want to go take a run and go to Walmart, because ain't nothing open at this hour anyway. But that's just me. But yeah, no, I am at a hotel, and I'm leaving tomorrow. So yeah, nobody is villainizing anybody. You know what I mean? We all have a right to our opinions. I pinned the stream at the top. So anybody that wants to come on and share their thoughts, listen, I'm open to it. It's not that kind of party. It's
Coco, what's the name calling that Miller is receiving? There's some name calling? Or are you just talking about the stuff that Gil was calling her? That her friends called her and she called herself?
oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Well, Wealth Health, how am I supposed to know you had Hilton rewards? I love a reward and a coupon. Listen, I love a reward, a savings, a coupon. You're not on social media, so how would you even know I'm on a trip? How would I even be able to exchange information with you? So we got a long road. Wealth Health.
Long
Run the
road.
rewards some kind of way. Send me an email.
Oh, Kojo called her evil.
Well,
okay, we
listen.
didn't do it over here.
How you holding me accountable for what somebody else said? I can
Okay,
barely
yeah, I
be
call her a liar because that's what I seen her do. You know what I'm saying? I told you that's an issue I got to deal with.
But Coco Brown is a
that's
liar a name, or is
It's
that
not
what
name
she
calling.
did?
Yeah, that's not name calling. That's what she did.
It's come on. I don't
Kojo.
I didn't call her any names at the end of the day. You know my stance on
He
that.
lied. She lied. Johnny lied. Zach lied. Michaela lied. Rachel
It's
lied.
guilty by association.
Hell,
that's what
the
they
whole
said.
show lied to
Look.
us. The whole show lied to us and told us that we was gonna see some real marriages, and we didn't. So
Look,
it was a lot of lying going on.
It's not guilty by association. I love Kojo like cook food, but when his channel reaches 100,000 subscribers, that ain't changing. That ain't changing my pocket. Nothing.
I know.
I'll support
And
her.
Brittany made a good point because y'all was calling Gil all kind of dusties and stuff. Now that's name calling.
No, Brittany is saying she called her Dusty.
Oh.
Brittany ain't playing.
Brittany did come up here and do a lot of name calling and all kind of stuff. Hair was bad and
Lord have mercy. Yeah, I'll take this, Alex, for 500. A cast full of liars. Yeah, there was a whole bunch of liars on that cast.
There's a lot.
I'll definitely
adjectives.
co-sign that.
We use adjectives mostly to describe all kind of things. I don't understand that is not name calling though. Those are descriptory words.
Coco Brown, we have reached a good, happy place. We got a newcomer. Hey, what's up, Natasha? Welcome to Short Unfiltered.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
How are you?
Doing well. I think there's also a piece that's missing about Merla and Gil, and it's the fact that they both together grieved the death of their parents, and that was like a really special bond, a unique bond. So, I think it kind of added to his hurt and betrayal because that's such a unique experience that both of them shared, and it's just really weird, in addition to her being so cold, that she's additionally cold given that experience above and beyond, their union. So that's all I have. But, it's just really, I think people forget about that part, the fact that, their parents both died or were murdered. And that was something that they, kind of bonded on.
So do you think that that's something that should bring them together, or maybe was too traumatic for Mirla to handle somebody else dealing with the same thing? Or like, how do you think that played a role in their relationship? Traumatic for Mirla to handle?
Sorry.
Well, I think that, grief is an expression of, love not expressed, right? So for the love that they still have remaining for their parents, Mirla, is so much so that she doesn't want to give up her last name because she wants to continue to honor her father. One would think, I don't think it's a trauma bond, but more so that they could find comfort in each other. And that there's a mutual understanding and even something they don't really have to express or talk about anymore. Because even when they first expressed it on the show to one another, they were both equally surprised, but equally comforted by the fact that each person had, unfortunately experienced it, but both know what that, grief feels like. So I don't think that nothing reflected that she was scared of it or scared of him reigniting those feelings in her. If anything, she holds tribute to her dad, right? Because she said, I'm not changing my last name because of, I need to honor my dad.
Interesting. I forgot about that scene that they had when they, went to the apartment where Gil grew up and where his father was killed. And that's an interesting point, too, that they both lost their dads in a traumatic way. So what do you think, Natasha? Why do you think that Mirla decided to say no 2 weeks after decision day?
I really think it was just all a facade, just for whatever, short-lived fame comes from being a product of this show, and whatever the monetary rewards are. To be so clear, and just her words was that I knew from the beginning. I always knew, and to cut it off 14 days later, after decision day, once the cameras are down, just shows like, I just don't think someone wakes up and says, I don't want to be with a person anymore in the event that they had some, some kind of kinship, romance. It's just really, really odd. So, I think we're all baffled. I really can't speak for what, why she would do such a thing. I don't think that anything justifies it unless there was, domestic or mental abuse. And, you know, I just really can't think of anything other than the fact that she never had the intent to be with him from the beginning. But Max is very clear about, like, you don't get paid until you film all your episodes. You get a bonus if you decide to marry each other or stay committed after decision day. So I think, you know, it was really all for, you know, the limited fame, or maybe it's a big amount of fame. I'm not really sure. I don't really follow the people after the show, but yeah, it just seems like for the intention of it. I mean, even her friends. I mean, it just didn't really seem, when, you know, none of her family came to the wedding. I guess her friends came, but, you know, when her friends would communicate to her, they seemed questionable of her choices as well. It's just weird. So, and then to align with another castmate that doesn't seem to have, at least what's presented on the show, a good moral compass about themselves. It just really seems about attention at this point. I don't think we've heard the last from Mirla. I think that we're going to hear more about her in interviews and podcasts and things of that sort. You know, I don't know. She might be a Fashion Nova model, even though she believes in luxury and things of that sort. But I think that with the new Instagram followers and TikTok followers, this won't be the last that we hear from Mirla.
I would definitely agree with that.
She's an introvert and she doesn't like people and all this other stuff.
Yeah, that's this. She's a complex person, you know, for sure. And you highlight some interesting things, right? Like this probably won't be the last that we see of her. And
yeah,
a few people.
I hope that. My apologies.
No, go ahead.
No, I just hope that, you know, Gil can recover. You know, I think the attempts that he's making at therapy, I hope those are heartfelt and not necessarily just for the show or production, you know, egging that on, because really he's suffering, he's grieving another loss.
Yeah.
And you know, at some point, you know, some people reach their limit, but it seems as though before he met Merle, he had a good handle of himself. And I think it's good that he's saying that he's refraining from being in an environment with people that don't have the same respect for him, you know, not going to the getaway. I think is a good positive statement. And it's about boundaries at this point, right? So hopefully he continues to respect his boundaries. It seems now, you know, looking at his Insta stories, he's home with his immediate family. And I think that's probably a real great experience to go back to what is familiar and safe. And, you know, hopefully he has a positive rebound.
I like that. I think, you know, you bring an interesting perspective. You know, they think some of us are biased. So, you said it.
I think I saw it from a different lens, and we all have different, that's what diversity is about, right? Because I also lost a parent. And when you don't have any parents and you're dating, no matter what your age is, that experience is a different one. Your approach to dating, who you choose as your mate, is different when you know that you're building a brand new family.
Yeah. No, that's true.
So, I thank you guys for listening to me.
Oh, no, thank you for sharing. Because I like your thought process. I like how you shared your perspective, how you pulled different facts that we hadn't even talked about and added to the conversation. So I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on anytime. Feel free to come back and chat with us.
Alrighty. Have a great evening, great weekend. I'll continue to listen.
Thank you. Same to you, Natasha. Thanks so much. Brittany.
Oh my God, why did I read that? I'm like, why did I read it?
Brittany. I can't. You crack me up. His beard is giving stress. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I better go dye my beard.
Get it together.
I'm gonna go. I don't want to be giving stress. Oh my God! When we film with Kojo tomorrow, let me make sure.
make sure it's ice and chocolate now.
Let me go get some just for men. Oh my goodness, Brittany, you crack me up, boy. You are super funny. I love it. Yeah. So let's move off of Miller. I think we've talked about her more than enough. Yeah, so that's right, Candace. All the people are swapping, and they're trauma bonding too, right? Zach
Yeah,
and
exactly
Val.
about that and the what is it, the Australian or is it the UK? They swap. Hush, little
I
dog.
think everybody says I never watched the Australia, but people say yeah, they actively swap couples. But based on what Zach said, Johnny don't care.
Johnny didn't seem to care when he gave his answer. He pawned her off to people. He was like, "Yeah, I think she would be good."
He's like, "You want to bow? I got to bow. I got to bow. I got to bow. I got to bow. I got to bow over here. Bow, 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 bow.
You get a bow.
So I get 50. Can I get 50? Can I get 50? Can I get 20? 20? 20? It's going down.
He matched her with somebody faster than he matched himself. He was like, "Yep, she'll be
She'll be good, I promise. Don't judge by me. I'm an anomaly. She'll be good with you. I'm the problem. It was me.
Please take her."
Take her.
He did not care at all. He like, "Yep, bye, 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 bye."
Yeah, but who else are the couples? Well, supposedly Mirla and Johnny, but I don't see that. They look like friends.
I thought Johnny was with Mirla's friend, though.
Yeah, that's what they said. That Johnny, that Mirla set him up with her friend.
Yeah.
But other than that, Michaela's posting all over the place saying that her and Gil are just friends because people were trying to say that those two were together. But she was like, hashtag let's normalize male female platonic friendships. So all right, Michaela, go off.
They exist. They out here. Don't worry, sis.
Yeah, exactly. You're not starting a new trend.
They just knew that, when he checked you at that dance, that little dance, he might be good for you. That's all they said.
That's it. That probably was. She was like, "Now that's what I need. Put me in my place."
Yes.
Bring that fire truck over here, brother.
A man that stands up. Yes.
Tell me all. Stay and fight with me, damn it. That's what she's like. Don't run. Stay and fight.
Don't run. Stay and fight. Stay in the fight. This one keep jumping out the ring.
Exactly. I can't hold on to him. I keep telling him to leave, but I want him to stay. That's another song. That's a 702 song, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I don't really want to go.
I don't really want to stay.
Can we get it together?
Yeah, that's Zach.
That's what Zach was singing to. That's what Zach was singing to. I don't really want to go. I really want to stay.
But I really hope and pray. Oh my God. I hope y'all just, don't pay us any mind. We're silly. But yeah, Zach and Michaela.
Should we bring up the phone number versus the app?
Come on.
Look here, if you go cheat, don't worry about what the other person do.
Exactly. How you cheating in plain sight, but you gonna call somebody out for cheating on the app? That whole phone numbers.
I mean, I got the number, but I didn't swipe. So,
but so what? You were checked out.
You was checked out when I checked in with him.
Oh man, Coco Brown. That is Gil and Mirla's song.
Yeah,
Because Gil
yeah.
is still in love and they can't be friends. No, no, no.
I ain't mad though, cause I'm one of them people. I need my tie. Give me my tie, and then we could be friends once I'm good. Hey, little dog. And then she got the nerve to just be looking at me. They should have
Brittany
both
said,
eaten it in peace.
you know, she just called attention to herself.
Exactly.
Yep, that was funny. The funniest thing was the way she looked at the sister when the sister walked off stage. She was like, "Heifer." She was like,
The only way you cheat at peace is when you both is doing it. You just shut up.
"That's it."
Ain't no need to make no big fuss about it because you over here doing you. You called him and just let you know it'd be caught now. Yeah. You hold it in your
So
back
you give.
pocket.
She gives Brett a pass. This queen. All right. What? He came in dead. What?
I came in dead.
He was a night. Was he a zombie? What was she to do? I don't know. Like,
Somebody definitely dropped a dime to the show, Coco. Somebody. I don't know if she told on herself to somebody on the production or whatnot. Production called her in the
come
act. I
on,
don't know.
Coco. You know that is a trick from production
But
all day
production
long.
definitely did it. Production definitely did it. Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, that's right. Like that's a good point. Both Gil and Michaela wasn't Gil swinging around on that pole, and Michaela was dropping it low. Get low, get low, get low.
Oh, so they both ex strippers. Got it.
Oh my God, Brittany, can you just come on the panel, please, because you are cracking us up.
She do though. She was snitching on her own brother. Shh, little dog. She was telling her brother's business.
Yeah,
She was
Michaela
trying to
was
get that.
doing all the moves. What happened to
She was
all
trying to
those
get back.
moves in salsa? When it came to salsa dancing rather,
It's
salsa,
very little.
salsa.
It's very little twerking and salsa. You know.
Oh,
Y'all are up. Y'all are up tonight.
oh, I can't with y'all.
Not Bueller.
Bueller.
Coco. Present.
Oh God, Future said her knees locked up for salsa dancing.
You know, everybody not made for heels. You know, maybe she just not made for heels.
No, she just didn't want to. She's another one. She doesn't want to do what was uncomfortable for her. Oh, well, see, Coco, don't let anybody say you didn't say anything nice about Zach. He said he had some moves. All right. A point for Zach. Uh-oh. Jay's dog's going to get to snoring.
Man, and she just doing a, hey. She gonna look at me and do it. She's so disrespectful. How's she gonna go?
She's like, what you want, mommy?
You can get off line now.
That is funny. Y'all say he has the dead behind the eyes like that fleck.
She's not organized. D said Michaela's not organized enough to do salsa.
Look, I always say I don't do the cha-cha slide. I don't do the electric slide. I don't take direction well when it comes to dancing. I want to do my own thing.
Salsa is not an easy thing, but she could at least try
Oh yeah,
a
no, I
little
would
bit.
have got on there and spun you around the floor a little bit, like have a
Yeah.
little fun with it. Do a little ting ting
Moving your
ting ting
hips and
ting.
your feet and all that, and coordination is not for everybody. Sometimes twerking, you don't have to move your feet when you twerk. You just plant them still and move your butt. You know, but when you got to move legs, feet, arms, hips, and all this stuff like that, and you got to
Then you
remember
got
a
to go
little,
back. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you got to remember a count and a spin and all this stuff. Yeah, it's a little complicated, but
I could do a
don't need
little bachata. I could do a little bachata.
you know. Now, if she start punta and stuff, I'm like, okay, she could have salsa. She's playing us now. She get a punta.
Exactly. She's gonna show up in Spain somewhere in a salsa dancing. She's gonna
Right.
be on Dancing with the Stars next.
Dancing with the Stars next.
She's like, I told you I was petty. Gotcha.
Cha cha cha.
Oh, Coco Brown said she said something else nice. Okay. Oh, he didn't cry at the reunion. Two nice things. Okay. That's
Coco's
petty.
out of control.
Oh, here's another one. Uh-oh, you're on a roll now. Zach actually
Right.
planned dates. Boom. You're on a roll. Uh-oh.
Wait, Sean, Coco and your cousin is the same sign, so you already see where this is going. It's
Who?
about to be comedy. Your cousin, they the same sign, so you already know it's straight comedy or whatnot.
Oh, who's my cousin?
This one over here, the other Mr. Davis.
Oh, you listen, see guys, I told you I'm slow. Sometimes you gotta break
Very,
it down.
very Jesus.
I could be blonde, I'm telling you.
That's why you keep it bald, so we won't never know.
That's it. So I cover up my blonde roots. My beard is gonna turn blonde.
Get off
Oh
me.
man, I was like, huh? My cousin, who you talking about?
I don't have no cousin over there. I don't know what you're
I
talking
was
about.
like, where? I was like, where's over there? I don't
Get off of me if you're gonna keep snoring.
Oh no, Zach and Bao gonna be making lotion. Oh no,
And crocheting. Don't forget the crochet now.
that's it. They're gonna be crocheting for sure.
Crocheting little lotion bottle covers.
Oh my God, help us all. And Zach got a new dog.
Oh,
Tiffany,
the last dog was traumatized from Michaela.
Mhm. I stick to this two-step, and that's all Michaela needed to do. You just stay in your square.
Wealth Health, that is my dog, and she'd be able to do it on purpose. Child is right here doing it on purpose. I'm just gonna leave the camera. Look. Don't get shy now.
Bambi. I miss Abby.
Oh yeah, Abby. Abby with your mom?
No,
Doggy daycare.
mother. It's not babysitting. She's at the She stays at her groomer's house
No, okay. Oh, you got a nice groomer.
when I go away. Yeah, she boards, but selectively.
I ain't mad at her. She like,
She
okay,
is-
Abby's a good dog. This a good little liger.
Mhm. Production, yes. Production was shady. They definitely did. They sped up
I
that camera when Michaela tore up that little cabin.
I
She
think
was moving around like a stick figure.
COVID has just messed all the production up because we got Mavs, we got Ready to Love, we got Put a Ring on It. I think production is just, they don't care right now. They just, it's COVID, put it out. Just whatever, because I don't know what's going on in Ready to Love right now. It's just so much. Phil got all these connections, but we ain't never seen none of them. Half the people, every time I watch somebody talk about them, nobody knows. Sound like a pit bull. Man, don't pit bulls be snoring? They be snoring like I had so many pit bulls. She has a breathing problem, so she be going in.
The smaller dogs,
Yeah.
they also have small windpipes too.
Hmm. Yeah, production's
Yeah,
been horrible
production
on
is crazy. And then you think about it, really, we have zero couples. This is zero couples that are
those.
together. Yeah.
Yeah.
So unless we count the remixes with Zach and Bao,
Rachel and
maybe
Jose,
one.
you watched that? You
Are
watched the
we
Where Are They
counting
Now?
them?
Are they together still? You watched the Where Are They
They're
Now?
working through. They're working through it,
Mm.
but I don't think they're officially back together.
But she stops when I look at her. You see what I'm saying? She doing it on purpose.
All right, let's transition to Ready to Love.
Phil is the man in these streets, Candace. Shoot. We just
He's
ain't
out
seen
here.
none of we just ain't seen none of his connections. I don't know. He doing his thing though, apparently. Because everybody's like Phil is filling them up.
Yeah, but the ladies are getting feisty.
Oh my gosh! What? I'm still lost. I want to go back and listen to how did we get into a whole lot back and forth with each other? Like, I did not
Like
understand.
I just feel like Wealth Health. What are you talking about? The Coco Brown experience. What you know about the Petty Committee?
That's why our group is named that, because obviously, who is the Petty Committee?
Who is the Petty Committee?
Us or them women's.
Yeah, the ladies' lounge was crazy, and Camille. Oh man, she's something else. Did you see her making fun of Aisha, calling her New York, then mimicking her accent, kind of calling her a little slow too at the same time? Oh, production is the Petty Committee.
She need to do a better job though, because Aisha had her face expressions down, and I was dying. Aisha was like, Aisha had me dying.
That was funny.
Aisha said,
steady making those faces.
I don't know what was going on. It was just a fight every corner. It was like a bar fight.
Yeah, because it was like 1 second it was Zadia and Tasia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Zadia Tasia.
Right. Then it was Aisha. Zadia and Aisha. Mm-hmm. Then Sydney jumped in at the end. And then Sydney wanted to pipe in. I don't know who Zadia's connections are. I keep forgetting. Who are her connections again?
She brought Naeem to her family and friends, but I don't know how that's a connection. And then which was interesting that when they mentioned not Sean, they mentioned, who was it? They mentioned somebody had a connection with, and they panned to her, and I didn't know why, because it wasn't a connection that I ever seen her with. I'm trying to figure out who it was. Give me a minute, but I had to come.
Was it Frank or Dante?
I think it might have been Frank. I think it might have been. I don't know. I have to think, because it's not Dante, but they panned to her, and I was like, why did they pan to her?
Says Naeem, Dante, and Walter.
I know Walter and her did have a little connection, but I don't think she's up there on Walter's list, because I think for Walter it's Sabrina and Mumin. She still
I didn't even understand the context of the conversation, and I think it wasn't until you and I was speaking, like I was like, what is all this? Shrink it down, stretch it out, rubber band. I'm like, what are we talking about?
So I got it at the beginning because what happened was Aisha said, she's basically been giving them a room. So it was like a rubber band to do what they do. And if it pops back to you, or whatnot, if it stretches out and it pops back to you, then he's trying to be with you. But if it stretches out and it breaks, then let him free. So I got that reference, and then somehow that turned into an argument about, okay, well, y'all need to tighten it up because who said it? Was it Camille that said somebody need to tighten it up, or somebody else, Zadia or Camille said that they need to tighten it up. The men need to tighten it up. And so Aisha was basically trying to hold the women accountable. It's like, okay, if the men need to tighten it up, these women need to tighten it up too.
Oh, okay. Tiffany said it also. Shrink down the men, lock in the connections. All right, because listen, this is why I need you guys, because I'm slow. So I'm like, why we keep talking about rubber bands and shrinking and
but I just didn't understand how that turned into a whole argument between everybody, though, because somehow Zadia was just not having it for anybody who said something. So I don't know what editing left on the cutting floor or what, but it didn't make no sense to why she was going mad at who? Tasia, Aisha, possibly Sydney. I was like, why are you mad at all these people? What's happening? What I missed?
And then Sydney tried to get in there, and they pretty much just looked at her like, shut up.
Yeah, because they saying shrink it down, and she's like, well, don't shrink it down because I just got here and I need these people to be open up to me or whatnot. And it's like, okay, one person shrunk all the way down as far as we can see, Cornelius. So you ain't got to worry about that. At least not on camera. Behind the scenes, you might get some chances, but on camera, it ain't happening. You ain't getting nothing.
Yeah, that brother, he perplexes me because at the end of the day, you're on a dating show, and he seems to be scared to death to date any of the other women. And he's like, "Oh, I snuck out on a date with you, bro. You're on a dating show."
I think Zadia felt that way, but I don't think she would have been able to really take Aisha. I don't know. Something about Aisha give me she
Aisha or Tasia, because Tasia.
No, Tasia definitely was.
I couldn't take Tasia. Yeah, I'll be like,
when she said you go 100, I'm gonna go 102. Keep playing. Exactly.
I was like, you got it, whatever you say.
It's like, oh, I don't know what was gonna happen.
Peace,
but I ain't mad. Hey, in my head, sometimes I think I could take a lot of people too.
Shoot, I try to be calculated, and that lady looks like she don't play no games. So I'm gonna leave her where she is.
Man, to see her look like she'll take on a couple of the men's play.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't mess with her. I would not. And then what's up with your boy Sean? Why Sean's? Why we always gotta?
Why are these Sean's out here embarrassing you?
Just messing up the whole name.
You and Corey ain't got no. You and Corey ain't got no help. They said, "Oh, they gonna start doing the YouTube channels. Okay, we gonna fix them."
You think you want to start yourself a little channel?
You better change your name, buddy.
That's what my mom said that to me. She said it to me yesterday. She said, "Are you gonna film your little channel?" I was like, why Black people always gotta say little? Why you gotta put a little in front of everything? She was like, "Well, ain't you on, what is his channel called? The guy, the African guy, you on his channel?" I said, "Well, that's Little Black Book, but that's not my channel." She was like, "Oh, same difference."
Oh, his little channel.
No, she was like, "It's Little Black Book. It's Little Black Book, right? You doing that?"
She tried to clean it up. I ain't mad.
I was like, "It be your own family."
Oh,
and then my uncle was like, "You can't talk to him. He's YouTube famous now." I was like, "Really?"
They won't let you live. They won't
Oh
let you
my
be great.
No, they won't let me be great. They will not let me be
You
great.
can't be great. You can't be mediocre. You can't be, bro. You can't be nothing. Yeah, your boy Sean was. Oh, poor thing. Poor thing.
Now, see, Wealth Health, you asked me the other day why I said, you're a tough cookie. This is why. Why you got to go there? I said, as Black people, our family always got to say something as little. Now,
That's between y'all, Sean.
this is a family channel.
I'm gonna check
This
out of
is
that
a
fight.
family channel, Wealth Health. This is a family channel. I will not.
This is between y'all.
You're out of it.
How you did me the other day?
That's it. Wealth Health. All I care about is my Hilton reward. So don't play. You better send me an email.
Not the Hilton rewards. Wow.
Yeah, they definitely went in. But why did she need a whole football team to talk to him? Jesus. She wanted to get rid of him. That's what she wanted to do.
She had it for Walter too, but still, I'm like, Jesus, why do I have to meet all your
I guess
friends?
he navigated it a little better.
He did. He came in with the confidence though. That's the thing though. That was the difference. Walter had the confidence when he sat down and asked him the first question, what brought you here? It's full scholarship to such and such university. Boom. And he was just going from there. They asked Sean the first question. He was like,
I'd pay a bill here and there.
I pay one or two. I got one or two bills, maybe.
One, maybe two. Is this a game of spades?
One in a possible.
One in a possible.
I think I just got two possibles. You know, I was like, bro. We're gonna have to spell his Sean different though. We're gonna have to spell him SEAN. So
oh, see, you're wholesome. All right, Wealth Health. But you just left it out there. I know you're wholesome. Little business, little car, etc. Okay. So what I'm trying to understand though is I think what had me is, what did they mean by the question? That's what I would be thinking. It's the same thing like when sometimes women don't like the question of what do you bring to the table? Like if somebody says to me, can you provide? I would want to understand, what does that mean? Like, can I provide for my family? Can I provide for the things that I want down the line? Like, I don't know what that means. And Sabrina also, I don't know if she has children or a child. So does that mean I'm expected to help to take care of her child? Like, I don't know. Like, is that what the expectation is? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was a open-ended question, and I was like, "What real rhetorical?" I was like, I don't know, because you're asking a man if he's going to be a provider. Like, what? Most men is going to say yes, regardless. But the fact that I think where it went wrong, especially too, is that he didn't give a straight answer. He went into something else, and then it was like, I got a bill or two. Like, so I either some other question was asked afterwards, and maybe it was like, would you be a provider? And it's like a yes, and then it goes, well, how would you provide, or something.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like something is cut and chopped right there, because it was weird.
Yeah. I would have wanted to know more. What you talking about, Lin? Oh, what's up, bro? We got what the funk is this?
What the funk
What's
is
going
this?
on, my German brother?
How you guys doing? Greetings from Germany.
Greetings.
What's up, brother?
I wanted to pose a hypothetical to you guys and kind of get your take on it.
Go
Okay.
for it.
So I'm 39, and I think people who are in this age bracket, who we understand there's value in marriage, especially if you have children. I have children, and maybe let's say a mother has children, another woman. I understand the point of getting married. What I don't understand is the whole part of us. If I already have children and a woman already has children, and we don't want to make any more children together, then there's a benefit of getting married. But I also feel it makes zero sense to jeopardize my legacy and the money that I've already put to the side for my children in case it doesn't work out in the end. I want to get your guys' thoughts on that. And I think if people approach marriage with that frame of mind, I think we could find a middle ground and actually see value in it. Because I want my children to see a new type of love. I want them to see that two people can love each other and at the same time still have their own stuff and have their own spot and still have a spiritual connection and be married on paper at the same time. Because I think the way we've been married in the past is not working, especially the way it's going to be going in the future.
I like what you're saying. I think that makes a lot of sense, and it just speaks to, and Jay, I know you could probably speak on this a little bit too. Same for me. Like when I was married, my wife had kids from her first marriage. I didn't have any. I wanted them, but ultimately we didn't, and that was something that I often thought about, but had guilty feelings of articulating, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Because I did often think about that reality of the things that we were doing together. Now, I definitely could say that there were things that we did together, bought a home, created a life, and I considered my stepchildren, and I didn't make attempts to treat them differently and did things to benefit them for sure. But these were thoughts long term that I kind of had in my marriage that, what happens if we don't have kids? What does that mean financially for my legacy? Like, how would, if something happened to me today and everything passed down to my wife, what would that look like? And we never really had those conversations. There were thoughts that I had. And then, I kind of thought about different strategies financially. But you bring up a good point.
I mean, even what it does for you spiritually. I mean, you're on this planet to procreate. And I don't know if you've ever taken mushrooms before, but you'll kind of see that you want to leave a seed before you pass. And if you don't, then maybe you have a reoccurring cycle of whatever, blah, blah, blah. But if you do finish that accomplishment and that mission, then that's where you actually do get to a higher space after you pass. It's a native philosophy. But yeah, you're spot on. And sister, I was wondering your thoughts on it.
So I have one quick question before I go. So you guys are living, the hypothetical is living in two separate spaces, or?
Like I have a place already with my kids, and it's already, I'm fine here. And wherever she's living with her kids, she's fine there. Yes, but we still interact and like we're coming over each other's houses, blah, blah, blah. But in the end, like you have your space, I have mine. You're not here every day. I'm not at your place every day. I think people value their space and their time. And I think we can start a different type of style of marriage.
I mean, if this is what you guys worked on and it works for you guys and you guys are not having any problems with it, I don't see there's anything wrong with it because it's married. It's like people that have multiple homes, but, or work away from, on go. What I mean by working away, they're always they're always gone away from their spouse. Yet,
Do you think it would be something we catch on in the Black community?
It probably is caught on in the Black community already. Not to be funny or nothing like that. I mean,
because it's mainly for the single mothers in the Black community, and a lot of the points are saying like, they might die alone. You need two incomes. I think that's very true. So I think maybe there needs to be a different way to approach marriage to sell it in a better way. If that makes sense. And I think
Because
that that
but
might
see,
help.
it sounds like you both are like financially stable enough to live two separate parts, and so that's the difference between a lot of single mothers that might be out here looking for a partner to help with them, opposed to somebody that is just to be there for them. You
I,
know,
well, I, well, I think that's a hard pill to put on the line, especially in the pandemic and the way things are going. That if you have your wave, if you have your bubble, and you're there comfortably, I think it's very idiotic to leave that just because you think you love someone.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's the difference because you guys sound like you guys are more sound to being like, I can stay over here and you can stay over there and we'll be fine. And but there's some people that they need their partner up
I
under
think
and
the men
have a
I
roof.
think men would enjoy it more because deep down men don't want to spend that much time around a woman anyway, as far as in the same household. And I think that you can actually have a better love when there's chances to miss each other, if that makes sense.
In some people's
It's
relationships, not
it's
all.
very hard to live 24. It's very hard to live in a woman's space. Sometimes we want to be messy. Sometimes we just want to chill. Sometimes we don't clean up like once a week. Like sometimes a man just wants to be in his own space without it being like a man cave, but his actual own space.
I see where you're going. Like I said, if it
The
works for you,
ladies.
it is. Huh?
you
What you say,
you
Sean?
heated this up a little bit.
No, I mean he keeps moving the bar every time I say if it works for you guys, but there's some people that doesn't work for. You know, some people buy homes with multiple rooms so they can be in separate rooms. You know, some people just want to be knowing that you're in the same house with me. Some people don't care to be in the same house. So it just kind of depends on what works for your relationship. That's how
See,
I
I
look at
guess
it.
the point I miss what you were explaining what the funk. I thought you were just talking about like if each party has a child or one person has a child and the other doesn't, like setting things up in a way financially that one person's finances doesn't really impact the other's person's legacy. I missed the part about living in separate households. I do know that's something that more and more people are doing. Some people are wanting to have separate bedrooms, they start there, and then some people are living in separate houses. But I don't know. I think if it works for them, like Jay said, I don't know that that's what me personally I would want. Um, but I think if it works for you, do you think is that something that you would be interested in
Oh, yeah. Well,
pursuing?
it's a theory that I'm working on, and it's a theory that I'm just kind of fleshing out with multiple people to kind of come up to a conclusion to then present it. But I think to the core of me, yes. I think that deep down,
Hmm.
and we're supposed to be like a village mentality, but woman is the moon. I mean, woman is the moon, man's the planet, and a woman's kind of supposed to like build the nest, and the man's supposed to go out and provide. But usually, when those men provided, they also would like be away so much that they only came back to the nest so much. They didn't truly exist in it all the time. And the
Hmm.
way that capitalist marriages kind of work now is that everyone gets a home and we all congregate in one spot, and a man is only outside of that to work and then maybe a few times to hang out. I actually think it's a lot better to when I meet a woman and she meets me and we're in that single mode, to actually still build around that and we can still be connected. But the whole getting together us is where the conflicts happen. And I think black people, we have so much toxins that have been programmed into us since birth to have conflicts that it's maybe smarter to spend less time with each other. Women get triggered by what we say. We're very much having to filter how we speak, and arguments come out of nothing. And I think with society, with our ADHD, with relationships, we have to remember that the ultimate goal is to have a unit and to be together while everything's getting really crazy right now. So maybe we need to just start thinking differently about how we try to have relationships and see, well, where do the altercations happen? Well, it happens because of this, because you're spending so much time. Maybe we can do
Hmm.
it a different way if the goal is to truly have a person who is with you and cares for you for the rest of your life. Maybe that means also you take the money together, but then you kind
Hmm.
of put it together where you have separate spots still. But I honestly believe that it's very important for a man to just have his own space and a woman to have her own space, and you can kind of keep the seduction, I think, better.
How often are you at each other? Would be at each other's spot though,
As much as you want. That's up to you.
because then it's like other outside of the kids. See, I can get it for the kids' benefit that it's just like when co-parenting, they keep the kids in the same house and the other parent just they alternate who stays in the house with the kids so the kids don't move.
I think
get
that's on the man.
for the kids.
Sorry, go ahead.
I get that set up for the kids, but if you guys are going to be at each other's house pretty much 7 days between the two houses, 7 days a week, you guys are still sitting up under each other.
No. You're still spending days apart. Like it doesn't mean like 3 days a week you're at my house, 4 days a week I'm at yours. No, it's like
yeah, but if I'm saying
like
as much as I want,
might
if I
see
say
you once or twice a week, like it doesn't. We don't have to be around each other so much. I might see you once. Like we're in the same city. We're still in the same like kind of close vicinity, but like.
Now, would you say you want monogamy, or would you be interested in more the freedom
No,
to
monogamy. No,
Okay.
monogamy.
Listen,
Yeah.
I have heard, and I'm not going to name any names, but I've heard women say that, especially when, there's been women who are married a couple of times, but want still to have a serious relationship, but don't want to necessarily cohabitate because of previous experiences, but would be willing to do something like this, especially if there's monogamy involved. And some people do it. Look, like, I think,
and yes, the kids are involved. You're asking in the chat. Yes, the kids know each other. I mean, but at the same time, you don't have to be around each other every single day. You really don't. Like, we really need to start figuring out how to minimize what we're spending our money and things on, and kind of build a unit in case shit gets really, really bad, in case things get progressively worse, and women need a protector. And if you can have a place that's kind of like in the same vicinity but a different spot, that really minimizes a lot of the conflicts. At the same time, you have a man that's kind of in your vicinity who's willing to come and protect you when you need, or do things for you when you need. I'm just trying to think of the future with everything kind of going, especially with us getting online in the metaverse. There's maybe a different way to look at how marriages can be sold to the Black community, and maybe if we have our own kind of code, but still have it on paper, it maybe works out better, because marriage is not working at all. So maybe just think differently. So I'm just spitballing and seeing
all I
what
can
could.
say is that you have to find somebody that is just like on that same wavelength of, I don't want to be up under a person, because this is not going to work for that type that is going to be wanting to be around their person all the time. And that's male or female, because they both exist on both sides. So you have to find a female that would be like, okay, I like my space.
I think that's artists females are usually, they understand that, but isn't that almost at least becoming the majority of us right now? Or do you think most people truly want to be around each other like that?
People want to be around each other like that.
Oh, okay.
At least the people I know, they want to be around the people that they care about and they love and stuff like that. They want to be around them as much as they can. They haven't grown out of that.
You might want to ask the men that question.
I can't leave, so I don't have to ask the men that question. I'm barely allowed to talk to y'all right now. Okay.
we got another brother.
Sir, do you think it'd be a different answer if she asked the men that question?
She might get maybe a mixed opinion from some of the fellas. I actually have another good brother and I'll bring him up. He's from Australia, so we'll bring him up in here, and he's also married. So let's hear what he has to say. What's up, David?
Hey, brother, how you doing, man?
I'm good. What the fuck has come up in here and shook the table?
Well, what the fuck?
He has lived up to his name.
It's the name.
Check out my channel. It's an introduction to funk music. You might dig it.
Oh, okay. Definitely, I will.
I like that.
So tell us, what do you think, David? What do you think about that concept?
I think I'll probably lean towards what Jay was saying. AJ, shout out to you. I like the dog and the and the sound it's making.
You can have her.
So yeah, I'll probably lean towards what Jay was saying, that it's always best to find someone who aligns with what you're looking for. And that way there will be no disagreements or misunderstanding on the end goal or the concept of what the relationship or the marriage should be like. Because most in general, as human beings, we're created for interactions, we're created for relationships, we're created for companionship, we're created for communion and community. So people would feel more aligned with that when they actually sort of leave or be around that person that they sort of want to do all of that with. Because if you fall sick or if you have an unforeseen or an emergency situation where you're sick or they're sick, they want to have you around them to be there to support them or to assist them in whatever way it is. And moreover, again, you also look at the whole concept of security. People want security in terms of financially and all these other things, but also in terms of peace, in terms of security. They don't want a case whereby they don't know what you're doing about your place. You guys might have a fight and you guys go to your separate places. Then what happens? Maybe you're so mad with them and then you call someone over and then something's happening, it's fishy, they don't know what's going on. So there's also that part as well. And then when you even look at some of the legalities, I can't really say about the US, but in terms of Australia, if you're living in two different places, you're filling documents and things like that, but yet you say married and things, it's just kind of a messy, kind of disorganized kind of arrangement, and there's certain things that you cannot necessarily benefit from that. And then lastly, you have to think about the kids as well. I mean, if you've got kids and then mommy is living in another house and you're living in this house, and kind of set a different precedent to the kids, like, oh, this is how we're going to do things, or this is how things are done. But then when they go to school, for other kids, it's a different way it's been done. So it just creates a whole different dynamic of things and how things are run. But just to cap it up, I'll just say, more to what Jay was saying. It's always great to just look for someone who aligns with your thought pattern and what you're looking for, and that way, there will be no sort of disagreements in that sense. If you get what I mean.
Absolutely. Did you want me to respond, or did the other people want to respond first? Go ahead, sister.
Go for it.
If you wanted to respond, that's fine.
The sister raised her hand though, so I was going to let her go first. Okay.
No, I'll say go ahead. Sorry.
Well, in this scenario, first, I'm a firm believer in homeschooling, so I was going to also put that on the table, but that's also a sidebar of it. But second, you raise a good point with the legality of it, but again, I just go to the base sources. The marriage is not working. People aren't staying married. So the main conflicts come. Let me ask ladies this: can you be with a man and not yell at him? Just plain basis. Can you not yell at a man? And if the answer is no, then this scenario needs to be kind of considered, because we have a temperament, and it's been ingrained in us to have conflicts with each other, plain and simple. And I think when those conflicts occur, it's better sometimes to just say, okay, I'm gonna go to my spot and just hit me up when you miss me. And simple as that. And be able to go to a place where you have as your own, because our conflicts lead to our destruction.
Okay. So I think the question I probably wanted to ask initially was, why did you come to this conclusion or this idea that this is how you want to sort of run a marriage? Like, what brought you to this conclusion?
I've bartended all over the world.
Is it just because of the disagreements?
No, it's multiple things, but it's a base to this. There's a channel called Hip Hop Cartoons, and a speaker named Neely Fuller Jr. And there's a video where you can just look at avoid conflicts, or avoid each other even. It's about a 10-minute video, but it's really amazing channel. And he speaks about the point of this idea of Black love. And unless you've kind of seen Black marriage outside of America, you don't really value and understand the dynamics of really how to maintain a long-term relationship where you're around each other for the rest of your lives. The things we've been patterned and how we speak to each other in America is completely counterproductive of Black love and maintaining a true relationship. We're not in our element the way we speak and how we really feel about Black people. So check it out. He speaks about this much better than I can. And just to plant a seed, Neely Fuller Jr. really will break it down for you in a much smarter and amazing way.
Yeah, well, listen, what the funk? You have at least one supporter, and her name is the Salsa. She's in. She's also in Europe, so she is. She is with you in the sense that she's heard of it before, and she's not completely opposed to it. So, listen, what is it for everybody? Probably not. I would say it's a small population of men and women that can coexist in this way. But I'm always one that says, if it works for you, it works for you. No, I didn't curse Grace Mercy Saved. His name is What the Funk Is This? I didn't curse. So I think that I think it could work. Now, could this be something that's shared to the broader masses? I don't know, because I think there could also be other conflicts that are caused from being in separate spaces. I think the separate space can be good in the sense of, yes, you have your ability to detach, but you might get too comfortable. Some people might get too comfortable with that detachment, and then it brings on other problems that could be problematic in a marriage. And I think maybe a better option for some might be finding ways to better communicate. Like if that's something that's happening, then couples needing to agree on some ground rules on communication in terms of how we work through issues. I think we don't do that enough. And I think that's something that I learned, that we need to be intentional with the way that we deal with and talk to each other in our relationships. So I think that's definitely something that needs to be worked on. Now, again, there's going to be some people, you're going to find, a woman or so that would be interested in that and would be open to the idea, but probably not a whole lot. Especially if we use this, the chat tonight as a microcosm of how folks feel about this, specifically some women, and as a man, like, I think like I wouldn't necessarily want to be in a separate house from my wife. But I would want to have peace and harmony within my home and, figure out how to navigate that.
That makes sense. I'm a simple man. I'm retired at 39, and I'm just like, as I'm raising my kids, I want them to see, a marriage type, but I don't exactly want to, especially if she already, because it makes more sense for me to marry someone who also has children, because I'm here in Germany, so I need to learn like the Black side of how, what my kids will be growing up in. I know what it is in the American side, but I need to find someone who's like on this side, who's understood it and can kind of navigate. And so, but either way, but at the same time, to involve the money that I've already saved and put to the side for them to, be beyond straight as adults, I don't want to put that on the line. So I'm trying to figure a way around that.
That's the part that you have money already saved and put to the side, and that'll always be there for them, and you just keep adding to it. I don't understand how that makes a difference to you being with somebody in their situation. Are you saying because if you're living with them, you're going to have to contribute to them more so or something? Because they're going to be women, even if you're not living with them, that expect.
No, It's more the after if there's a divorce. That's the main fear that most men have. It's not so much marriage; it's about the consequence of what happens when a marriage doesn't work out.
Well, I don't know why everybody's so afraid of prenup. And, Sean, I'm about to go here, but it just write it in your prenup that, this, when I come in this relationship is set aside for this, and you coming into your relationship, you leave what you came in, I leave with what I came in, and we split down whatever else is in the middle that we got together, or however y'all want to work that out. I'm not opposed to your thing. Like, some days you want to be in your own space. You want to, you get accustomed to that relationship aspect of it, just being with somebody and dating, and I go to my house and you go to your house. But in the whole marriage was to bring the woman into your tent. So that's what I'm kind of confused on that.
I think maybe it's like for artist types, because I mean, art like especially when we're in creating mode, like we just want to, you just want to get into that mode for like a few days, and when you have someone with you, you can't really quite get there. It's like you only get to get into art mode a little bit, but you can't really make it an experience where you have your smoke, the music, you have the whole thing set up, and you really dedicate a whole time to it. And
what about you can get a studio?
It's not the same.
No,
I get where you're saying, because sometimes inspiration hits you at any time, but I'm with an artist, so it's just like when you have somebody that understands the process, it's just more so of let them live. Because and that's probably why artists end up being with artists, because I'm an artist in my own right. When I have my inspiration, I'm gone and I got to go into the other room and I got to do what I got to do.
But how long do you usually stay in that artist zone?
He's in it a lot longer than I am, because he's in it a lot longer. His phone pulls him out before I do. So. And I'm over here with you guys for like hours. So I don't know. So it's whatever. I don't, what kind of art are you referring to though?
All the above. I do it all. But, or even sometimes you just want to detach, and women think that means maybe you're trying to go do something else. And sometimes no, you just want to be with self, and it kind of gives her the security of knowing that that's just kind of where you are. You're not trying to go out and party, like you're just home, in your own space, and maybe you want to spend time with your kids on your own way. And it's
going to be the same thing. And you just got to find somebody that's just going to be on your page with you. And then you guys just kind of groom each other to how each other is, so it's like automatically, if I know you're looking into the sky, a blank stare or something, okay, it's his time for art. Let me go. Like, so I think you're just going to have to find somebody that's on that same wavelength as you.
I feel you.
Yeah, I think, and that's what I think some of the other ladies eventually are getting to in the comments, is that, perhaps it's either stay single and, date someone that's married, or, date someone instead of marrying. Date someone instead of marrying. Sorry. No. Date somebody instead of getting married, or like we've been saying, find that person that agrees with that same ideology, and that could be a way to work. Now, are you from the U.S. or are you from Germany?
Yes, I'm from Oklahoma.
Okay. Oh, so you're from the U.S. and relocated to Germany. Okay, cool. Because I was gonna say that they said I was saying
they go there while you dash.
That was a slip of the tongue, maybe a Freudian slip. Yeah, maybe do that. Who knows? I don't know. But because your ideology sounds kind of European, because some Europeans have a very different way of thinking about certain things, and their social constructs are a little, depending on what part of the world you're in, could be different. So, but listen, if you're able to find a woman that supports that idea, then by all means. But trying to change, especially women in America's views of that, especially our views are steeped in Judeo-Christianity, I don't know if that's gonna jibe with it. But look, It could work. I think anything could work as long as listen. I wouldn't have thought in 2021 how many people are down for polyamorous relationships and sister wives and you name it. These things are out there and they exist. Not something I'm interested in, but listen, they do exist. I think you saying monogamy is probably going to get you more attention than if you said something different, because I think at least you're not just trying to be out here having your cake and eat it too, supposedly. So but they're not down for the movement though.
Yeah, I mean, another
They're
thing
they're not down for the movement. They said it works for you. Party of one, maybe two.
yeah,
You're not getting many takers.
and that's one thing I actually wanted to ask. Like, oh yeah, I was just gonna ask, like, is there any, or probably just why do you really want to do you really want to get married? Because like I think you almost like have it, the way you want it at the moment. So is there a particular reason why you really want to get married, and why is that?
Okay, well, I know that we need to get, as far as a community, we need to start kind of maybe rethinking how we look at marriage, because we look at it as far as I think most of us look at it negatively. And from years of bartending, and I mean, like I said, I've heard the horror stories from both sides of how they really feel inside their marriage, and how much they miss who they used to be before, and especially with the social media, that it's kind of enhanced that 20-year-old versions of people. So as the metaverse is getting larger and larger and larger, and everything is getting more and more and more virtual, I just honestly believe that people want to truly just be in their space and then congregate when they have the energy to want to do it. As far and they're really not wanting to spend all of that time with each other, even though a lot of the women say they do. Eventually, you get aggravated by the man being around. Eventually, he gets on your nerves about something. Now, I always saying when that moment comes, when there's like the first level of disdain, look, let's just take a break for a second and hit me up when you miss me, and make it that simple. And then you can get into your space and then invite them over. And if they're not inviting you over, then shit, let's have a conversation and end this. But in the end, it's like the way everything's going, it just makes sense to maybe start rethinking some of the dynamics we have with each other in marriage. And I think being in different spots would actually be a good solution to a lot of the problems.
Okay. Well, look, I think, test it out. You gotta find your tribe to that of women that would be interested in it. And I would say kind of come back to us and see.
Absolutely not. I'm not gonna leave my kid when they get on my nerves.
Put the music on.
Somebody said that.
Jesus. Yes. Music. Yeah, it's not the same at all.
I'm going to my girlfriend's house. Bye.
Stay by yourself. Figure it out. No, I don't think that's what you're saying. I think you're saying maintain separate, separate households. Look, I have heard it said before, some in jest, but I've heard it said before, and I've heard another woman mention it, and as something that they may want, just because they don't want to necessarily have to go through all of the stress of some of the things that you mentioned, but being on the other end. But I don't necessarily think this is the answer to all of our problems, because in reality, what happens is having a separate residence doesn't solve my problem, right? Because if I'm still an angry person, right, that doesn't deal with conflict well, and my wife is an angry person that doesn't deal with conflict well, we're still two angry people that don't deal with conflicts. We just live blocks away or miles away, wherever the distance is away. So there's going to be arguments. There's going to be fights. There's still going to be things that reach ahead. So I think, why not let's get to the root cause of what those issues may be, and let's just fix that. Again, if we determine that we still want to be married and it's just better for whatever reasons for us to live in separate dwellings, again, not something I really want, because I like the companionship. I like the idea of having, my wife there with me. I enjoyed it when it was good, when I was married, and I don't think that I would want to be married and still not live in the same house together. Like, I would see that as, like, if we can't do it in the house together, then we probably just really can't do it. And again, this is what my thought process is. I'm not saying you're wrong for feeling the way you feel. But I think this would be a hard thing to play out. And it's also very expensive too, because it takes a certain amount of money and wealth to maintain two separate households and still be together. And you can save more money and build more money in a lot of instances being in that same household together. So that's my 2 cents. But you definitely shook this up. This is one I want you to, I know you're in Lauren's chat group a lot. I know she hasn't done anything in a little while. I think she's going to do something soon. But I would say, see what some of the other ladies say about it.
Yeah,
we could come back to that conversation, because right now,
I think it lands better over here because a lot of the
chat.
women here who are black, the black women here, they already have property and legacy from their parents, and in their law or in their rules, if they get married, I have access to that. So I figure it's better if I come to the table and propose that I don't even want any access to their stuff, and that I think that actually lands better, because I'm just someone who just came here, because of someone else had 2 children, and then I broke up with her, and then I made my own thing. So I don't want any of their legacy at all. They've had that for however long it's been here. I don't want, and I think when I bring it to the table from that end, and I say I only want mine, it lands better. But maybe because in America, the people don't have so much generational wealth behind the table, maybe that's why it doesn't land that way.
I think people like the concept of living together, and if finances are an issue or a concern for one of the other partners, as Jay mentioned, that's where you have the prenup, where it can easily be documented, like, hey, this is mine, this is what I came into the marriage with, and if for whatever reason we were to end the marriage, we leave with this, and I leave with that, you leave with that.
Okay. The court systems here in Germany are still pretty, as far as are very still archaic. They're still very behind the they're like almost in this. So this concept, when I bring it up to the sisters over here, is really like, well, okay, but. And I was wondering if it would transfer to America, but I guess in the end it really wouldn't, because there really isn't lineage of generational wealth that the sisters here are tied into. Okay.
I don't know if it's that so much. I think it's more so just the idea of how they think about marriage. I don't necessarily think that women always think of it from a business perspective or the need to protect their assets. And also because our legal system's a little different here, most of those things.
It's not their assets. It would be their family's assets. That's the thing, because over here in Germany,
I'm saying it wouldn't be an issue at a divorce.
It still is, though. In this, if you are married into a family over here, and okay, hypothetically, let's say the sister above me is, let's say you're German, but mixed parents or something, and me and you, we got married, and I'm coming from my country. For the system, your grandfather and they've been here for thousands of years. And the way it works here is it passes down to your husband, and they haven't changed that. So because I married you, now I would have financial partial control when when your father passes away. When we're grandparents together, I have control of it, and that could cause arguments with other family members when it's an outsider.
Mhm.
Other grand uncles, other
But
grand
are there a
aunts.
lot of people of color like that in Germany and Europe that have this wealth?
Yeah. Their families, yes.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Let me take that back. I would say about half. Some are like first or second wave of immigrants, but some are longer, way longer, and they're
Okay.
already tied in. Yes.
And they still have the
Okay.
rule of the man is the head of household. So if it's a girl,
Mhm.
automatically it's under the man's dictatorship. And if it's a man, then whoever he marries, it's still passed down to him. So I got
Yes.
that.
So, and the finances was actually even coming towards my children, which I say that's not right. I've already done what I've done for my legacy, and you already have yours established, and we still interact, but I'm never financially getting involved in any of your shit. Your family is safe for me to even. That's not even my angle at all, and I just ask the same thing on my end.
Yeah, well, like you said, because the structure is different in the United States, it is not that same concept. Because even if a man was to marry a woman from wealth, her wealth is still be her wealth here. We don't have the tradition of the man automatically takes it, and that's why the prenups and those things exist, for those clause to be in there in the marriage, saying, hey, just because we're now bonded don't mean that we have to split half of things, because that is where it does tie in on marriages, that it starts to split the half just because we are married, but you don't automatically get to take over just because and start making decisions just because like that. So I don't know if it would pass as a whole. Maybe you'll find some people that just, because I think it like on this space of being a creative and you don't want to be guilted or feel guilty for abandoning your partner or your responsibilities because you're just in your zone. Because sometimes I have those issues with being online for so long, and it's like, oh my gosh, I need to go cook, I need to go do some things, make sure he's okay or whatnot, and possibly vice versa or whatnot. And when you're living on your own, you don't have that, you don't get that guilt. You can just get up and just do you. So in that regards, I can see where people would be okay with it, but you would definitely have to find your kind to make it work. Because, if you find somebody they got a 9 to 5 and they don't do creative things and they go home and they want to relax and be up under you, you're going to have a problem. I just find that it's going to be a problem if you don't find somebody that is just on your same mindset of up under you, you're going to have a problem. And being just like independently going.
I know. I gotta find an old woman who's retired. That's the only women who are retired. It's horrible.
Awesome.
Girls become. Yeah.
She might even want that time too.
Exactly. So I want you to help her grab a dentures.
Trust me, I worked in a retirement home. They be creeping to each other's room all the time. So I don't know,
We have a thing, we have a saying. There's
retirement home shenanigans in the stories. I bet you have a ton of them.
I'm not about to share them.
There's a list for every pot.
Just on Respect Sean's channel. I'm not about to share them stories. Not over here.
We'll be down.
Let me know when you have that story.
With those stories. I think listen.
Talk about it. I'm there for that show. I will sub twice.
Well, find me over at another round. That's where you can find me.
Yeah, have some shots. Get a bunch of girls who worked in the nursing homes and have them share the stories of the old people creeping.
Oh, I got a good one, but we'll share that at another round.
Yes, that's where we can continue that. But
Listen, I think
there's a lid for every pot, and I think there might be somebody out there, you know, especially in
Yeah.
Europe, as you explain things, that would be a thing for. But you know, listen, just be open to whatever you know, however love is going to come for you from that woman, and if that means the confines that you've mentioned, by all means, go for it. But it might be in other ways. So,
Okay. All right. Thanks for
all
your
right.
time.
Well, listen, that you shook the table, and you definitely sparked a whole new debate for us to kind of digest. So we appreciate you, and thank you for sharing. Thank you for, you know, I know you've dropped in on a few of our lives before, so I appreciate that.
All right. Oh, a quick question.
All right. Sure.
Was there any like funny Thanksgiving beef that happened? Like, did anyone like do like the Christmas prayer? I'm like, you know, I want to thank Kevin Samuels for all the spark. Like, was there any horrible Thanksgiving stories?
What are you trying to do? Good night.
Did anybody get called out? Like, did somebody have a fight about not fixing somebody a plate?
This was supposed to be a peaceful. No.
I was just trying to leave. I was just trying to pose a question before I left. You know.
I'll give everybody. This is going to be a yes or no. Jay, yes or no? No. There you go. David, yes or no? No. Thank you. There you go.
No.
All right, guys.
All right, brother. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you. Good nobbing.
Guten appetit.
Good nobbing, my brother. You take care. Oh God, he tried to tear up this channel on his way out the door.
My abs is hurting. I think he don't like you, Sean. He
was my friend, boy. I was like, this is my German brother. We share that in common. He tried to take me out with a Kevin Samuels comment. He's trying to start a virtual food fight.
Oh my goodness! Not throwing the potatoes.
Oh God, that was good. That was good.
My feelings are hurt right now. Okay.
We went from ready to love to I don't know.
To ready to be single but married.
Oh wow. Well, listen.
This queen.
I have heard. I wasn't just saying it. I have heard other, you know, people here say that, you know, that they would be interested in an arrangement similar to that, where they could still be in a relationship, but not live in the same house.
I know other,
you know, hey,
seriously.
Of other communities. I haven't met any Black people per se yet, but I'm pretty sure they're out there.
Exactly.
Well, he done robbed him up. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, David.
No, I'm just like probably some white stuff. I never heard it in the Black community before.
Mm-hmm. I've heard a Black woman say it. I don't know how serious she was, but she said it.
I know some Black women that would probably be okay if it is approached and addressed correctly, but
Future said he got my blood pressure up. Lord be a melatonin.
Oh man, people were going for him in the comment. I was really feeling for him.
My goodness.
Future, drink you some cucumber water or some. Calm down, baby.
some chamomile tea.
Right.
This queen won't quit. I was born in Germany. I lived there for the first 2 years or so of my life. My dad was in the military, so I lived in Germany. So,
child, Wealth Health about to start the mess again too.
But she's white.
Yes, they are. They out here doing a lot. Sodom and Gomorrah.
It is a lot of things out here that exist. So don't knock it. Just don't try it.
Yeah, make it real. Just let it steep for a while, Future. Let it steep for a while, child. You're gonna need a strong dose tonight. Your brain gonna hurt in your sleep. You're gonna be like, oh my God, did he just really say that?
Brittany, Brittany, you're on it tonight, boy.
Okay, so C-Way got lit as her spirit edible. Brittany, bye.
That's it.
Brittany said all the things I can't say, but I'm gonna put it up here because
Don't you start, Lin. Don't you start. You don't call me Kelsey Samuels before. Maybe not you, but I was called Kelsey Samuels by somebody on Little Black Books chat.
hilarious.
And I said nothing even remotely close to that.
My abs are hurting right now. Oh yeah, don't tickle my soul. My abs are hurting.
She said, I'm a shooter.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm just out here sending out the orders. So, shoot away, shawty. You got the green light with me.
The salsa said she's white on the inside. No, she is not. The salsa is from Africa. She is, I believe the salsa is from her lineages. She's from Rwanda, I believe.
Yep.
But lives in Switzerland.
But you got her inner Karen.
She has
Karen likes to live
well,
alone.
she just has very different ideas. She's if an idea is right here, she's probably going to be all the way over there. She thinks she has an ability to think outside of the box. Let's say
Her
that.
inner Karen says she wants to live alone. She don't want this nonsense from you. Okay. And she want to walk around her house butt naked and don't want to be bothered by seeing your face. Please do not show up.
And she'll tell you, she's like, she doesn't want to submit to a man, so that's why she doesn't necessarily think she wants to be married. So that's it. He's from Langston, Oklahoma. He's from Oklahoma, rather. I think his name might be Langston. You were supposed to be going, but you're still, well, you're keeping the chat going, Wealth Health.
Yeah.
Y'all are
And
keeping it going.
on.
Future said, she said, don't put that on her. Don't put that on her.
Future's not serious.
We love you, Future.
Not okay.
She said, She said, don't bring down her race with that.
That's the Johnnies. That's the Johnnies and Bows.
What are we even talking about anymore? I don't even understand. Yes, I gotta recognize, right? My sister from Rwanda. Man.
We talking food in a second. Trust.
Oh, so any final thoughts, guys? Because we almost at the 3-hour mark, and we have talked about everything tonight, boy.
Some stuff we ain't supposed to be talking about, but we talked about it.
I don't even know how we got there, but listen, folks was commenting. So listen, what the funk? You sparked the whole conversation. The chat was lit.
They was what the funk, all right. I'm not mad. It's a good question. It's a good concept. If it works, there's people that'll go for it. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like to say, people go for polygamy. And swingers clubs and all that other stuff. So some people might be monogamous in 2 separate homes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the first thoughts on the season 14 cast, Mass.
You said it's giving week already? Oh wow.
Jeez. What are your thoughts?
You know what Brittany is like, if you ever watch Key and Peele, where they have Obama and his inner thought. That's Brittany. She my inner thought.
I don't know.
I say
yet,
something and I say politically correct, and she gonna tell me what I'm really thinking.
But Jay committed to watching the whole season for season 14.
They got Boston accents. I like a good Boston accent. I hope they do. I might check out if they don't.
Net for Net wants to call him back.
He's still here, I think.
You
got some
take that up
questions
with
for
him on his channel if you want further clarity.
At least they
You
got what they
said
got
what
two
he
black.
said.
It's two black couples, huh? Or kind of black, some black. So
Yes,
we'll
yeah,
see.
it is too. I don't remember their names, but yeah, there's
Yeah.
two separate sets of black couples.
I know it's Hanoi. Hanoi. I was like, oh, we got another 3-letter name. Jeez. Okay. I think that's like a prerequisite of the show. Like you just gotta have 3 letters. One person has to have a 3-letter name. But I don't remember everybody's names. They look nice. One couple gave me the creepy
Yeah, it
eyes.
seems like it's going to be interesting. I think from the teasers, they're going to, it's going to be spicy. Wow, already, Tiffany? So it's going to, yeah, she's saying one guy won't be aired because he was saying homophobic things, supposedly. Wow.
Well,
They're
it's gonna
already
work
heating it
because
up.
if he's in a whole
Whoa.
relationship, they just gonna air the wife. I'm sorry, how that's gonna work if he's in a whole relationship? They just gonna air the wife?
That'll be interesting.
1 out of 5, huh? That's gonna be that good. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what approach
Well,
they use. Well, they already started filming, so
they passed the unlucky number 13, so maybe we could start some new floors. All right, well, be here, B Square.
what? Side chicks are getting a show on Bravo? Who?
Not Coleslaw. So Coleslaw definitely better not be getting no dago show. She been mad at Oprah for not putting her on.
Oh, that's a bet. Lin, if you lose the bet and it's not 0 for 0, you have to come on and say 10 minutes of things that you just love about Zach. And
First of
then
all, wait.
5 minutes of things that you can't stand about Mirla.
This has to be a bet about the decision date. Yes, or are you going all the way at the end? Because see, that's gonna break your whole thing. Because Lin will have her a loophole all the way on this. Now you better make it all the way clear, Sean. Like decision day, yeses or period.
Decision day.
Because Lin will be like, hold up, give him time.
Lin, put a thumbs up if you're in on the bet.
Lin works for the government. I know it. She find loopholes everywhere.
The salsa, I told you I will watch it for you. I will watch it for you.
Is it on the same channel?
I don't know. Does it show on Lifetime? I think it does.
Okay.
But
as
long as the salsa for you, because she's been a supporter from day one. Before I even had a channel, she was so supportive and telling me to start a channel. One of my first subscribers. So if I'm able to find it easily, I will definitely watch it and do reviews. I'm not gonna do like a play-by-play, but I will do reviews on it for you and anybody else who's interested.
Are we taking spreads on this bet? Like, you know what I'm saying? Get a little free spread on it.
All your friends are saying don't do it,
3 wives say no and 2 husbands say yes.
So listen. Oh, maybe Tiffany. Are you talking about Portia is getting her own show? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh yeah, she is.
Yeah, she
got it already. It's not getting. It's coming on Sunday. She got it already.
So maybe that's what Tiffany is talking about.
I don't know. I was considering if I want to watch it or not, but I'm kind of over Atlanta Housewives at this point already. So I'm only watching Potomac at this point now.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll probably do something on another round for Monday, right?
Mm-hmm. And we missed out on talking about OKP this past Monday. That's just because we got into a good topic this past Monday. So sorry, I thought I seen a spider in my room. It
All
was a
right.
bit crazy.
So Jay, you
So
wanna
yeah.
you wanna just give a plug for everything you got going on, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, you guys know, find me at on YouTube at Another Round, me and Sean. Trying to get you guys some content of just getting up in here and doing it. But like I say, sometimes I'll be having that little guilty thing because I'll be at work all day and then come home and I feel like I'm neglecting people. And then I don't pay them no attention. So I don't know. Weird. I need to get in here when I'm not paying attention. Y'all don't judge me. I'm the worst. No, but yeah, we'll be back on Another Round definitely every Monday. We might have a special interview this Monday. I'm still working on it, so you guys bear with me. Look out for that. So we might have an interview this Monday. I'm also supposed to go to my work's Christmas party, but we'll see what happens and stuff. But find me at IG, the Sexy Tomboy, and yeah. Oh, and if you guys have any suggestions or comments or anything like that, you can always email anotherround010@gmail.com and, send messages there, whatnot. But that's all.
David, any closing comments before we head on out of here?
Thanks, guys, for a good show. Good conversation, and everyone in the comment, if you haven't hit the like button, please show some love. Hit the like button, and just look forward to another beautiful show. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and have a good, restful night.
Thank you, David. Thank you for everybody that came up and spoke on the panel. Thank you for everybody in the comments. For those that are traveling, please safe travels over the next couple of days. If you are traveling, if you're home, have a great night. Good morning for those where it's morning. Appreciate you all for coming and hanging out and chopping it up with us in this post-Thanksgiving family chat mashup on all things reality TV and all things relationships. So we had a good time. We had a lot of fun. We got to the bottom of a couple of things, maybe. But I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. God bless and have a good night. Check out my outro, guys. Appreciate you all.